All right, let me get my drink.
Tasty.
You want me to drink?
You can drink if you wish. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, but do you think it would contribute to the tier list?
You think it would contribute to the meta?
I really don't know. You could just like start and then adjust as you go.
You can compare it to how it was the last, and then
Get this watch story move.
I need to add a new tier called Ruined My Life. All right, tell me when you're ready. Okay, I'm gonna get a drink while you're.
I have my I have a choice. I have the meow juice. If you're familiar with what that is.
Is that the Josh?
I don't remember if I. What?
Is that the Josh?
No, that's the Korean or Japanese, depending on where you get it from, fruit flavored.
The tasty.
Yeah,
I like that. Tasty is good. Yeah, maybe controversial statement, but tasty is good.
All right, I'll let you pick where
this stuff. I'll in general. I call it meow juice because of I just remember seeing this and I was like,
oh, this one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yes, I have two flavors. I have watermelon and pineapple. Which one should I partake in?
Always.
I'm gonna go for pineapple actually because I had a lesser match to pineapple.
Well, let me
this is big.
Rex 7 at Mickey at need an opinion, time sensitive. I need a tiebreaker. I can also make my own decision, but this one's I feel like would be fun to like leave up to the general public. Alternatively, if you're already live and hopefully someone in Twitch chat can.
I don't think nobody watches me on Twitch.
Nobody's watching you. Fuck. What's the fucking point?
I don't know.
Why are you even live?
Maybe look, it's an open. It's like office hours. Anybody can come in and leave whenever they want. It's an open forum, town hall, if you will.
Do you have both versions of Spirit Island in, or is it
just included as the same?
Okay.
Also, technically, I played it first last year, so I didn't really count it. I counted the expansion because I didn't play the expansion until this year. Yeah, I'll let you.
You played it. You played Spirit Island in 24.
Yeah.
The board game.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, I'll let you pick which one we start. Anyone tuning in? This is the end of the year media recap of basically every TV show, movie, game, etc., etc.
Oh, dude, you're also on the juice. Okay, since you're on the juice, I'm going to treat your opinion as having a little bit more weight compared to Matt's, because he's currently not drinking, so he doesn't have the insight required.
I'm also not crazy paying attention because I'm in another Lego Legends game.
Yeah, that's fine. Do Takopi's Original Sin. I don't remember how you pronounce it, but that was kind of neat when I read it. Middle.
Oh, this one.
They made that into an anime.
Yeah, they also made it. Yeah, it's a 6-episode one, so it's like pretty short.
Oh, like 6 episodes. Holy shit!
Not
to be fair, the manga itself is also very short.
Yeah, so. I did both. I can't remember. I have it separately. I have it separately. I'd say
you do have. Yeah, you have both.
I put it A tier. I think it's very, very good. I'd say both are A tier. I'd say the anime is actually a little bit better.
Really? Maybe I should watch the anime.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of it's a Mr. Anarchist. Hey, we actually got a question for you. My co-host is deciding to either have some watermelon or pineapple sake. Which one do you think he should? Which one do you think he should drink? We got a tied vote 1-1 right now, so you're the tiebreaker. Choose wisely. Pineapple,
Pineapple.
and watermelon. He votes
All
for
right,
the
pineapple it is. Okay.
No, I've lost.
All right, but yeah, I'd say I think the anime is actually better. I watched the first episode of the anime. I didn't want to wait till the rest came out. Or you don't like watermelon? Do you not like watermelon in general, or just like watermelon flavored things?
Because they are quite distinct.
Yeah, like watermelon flavored things do not taste like watermelon, unfortunately.
Wait.
Watermelon sauerkraut.
Let me check. Let me check this one and remember if it actually tastes like watermelon. That might influence the decision. Happy New Year, man.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, it's definitely watermelon flavored. So kind of both. Okay, so irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely
Pineapple it is.
Yeah, pineapple it is. Yeah.
Dude, what's the very first one? What the fuck is that?
Very first what?
Oh, I'm assuming you finished with Original Sin, but the very first top left one in the remaining.
Oh, this one.
I'm stream is a little. Oh wait, I can watch you.
Oh yeah, I can
Yeah, you have the
Yeah.
live version.
yeah. The top left.
Have good news, Mr. Anarchist. Yeah, I think the anime was a bit better. The sound design was really well done. Like definitely, I think the soundtrack's pretty good. There's something about like the animation, like the colors, definitely add a lot to it. Where it's like the original, like being in black and white, it doesn't have like as much of the contrast compared to this, which is like the really bright colors contrast, like how just fucked up and depressing it is.
Yeah.
And I think the director did a really good job of really pacing it. So there's just like a lot of anxiety around, especially the first couple episodes. Just not really knowing what's going to happen, and then just seeing like all the fucked up stuff that happens to the little octopus guy and all the kids. So yeah, I don't know, it's just like even though it's not like a horror thing, but like it felt like almost like horror sometimes, just because like anticipating like what kind of like terrible things can happen next. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
also I think the anime really elevates it past the original. And even I read both. Like I said, I watched the first episode and then I read the manga. Then I finished watching the anime, but I think the anime was better.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd
so
say my only issue with it is like I feel like the ending was. I do like the idea of the ending that they can't really fix their problems necessarily, but they can, try to get through it together. So I like the idea behind it. The only thing I don't like is that it just seems kind of like a Deus Ex Machina the way Octopus Guy does it. But I think that's probably my biggest complaint with it. Yeah.
Yeah, top left.
Top left, Rift of the Necrodancer. I think this is also an A tier.
Oh, that's Rift of the Necro.
Yeah.
Nice.
I played the demo last year. It was really good. I think the full soundtrack definitely didn't disappoint. I still think the ones in the demo are probably some of the strongest songs. I think Ray of Revenge is probably the best one. Would like to make a frag movie with that song at some point. There's some other ones like Morning Dove is also really good. But overall, I think the gameplay has some of the best designed beat maps I've seen in any rhythm game I've played recently. So I think I mentioned this last time when I reviewed the demo that kind of one of the issues is the community levels just aren't as good because you can really tell like the developers put a lot of thought into like designing the beat maps, and for this kind of game, like the way it like kind of plays tricks on you with the different enemy types, it like the developers are really good at like doing that kind of thing, but it requires a lot more thought for the community levels. It's not just put things in the map to the beat of the song. So I think that's the one weakness, that it doesn't have as much replayability because it's not as many like high quality community levels. I think the overall gameplay is really good. I'd say my other disappointment is I feel like I was hoping that the story would have a little bit more to it. There's not really a whole lot to it. It's really just kind of like a couple small bits and bobs here and there to tie things together, and it's not really anything particularly memorable. So that part was a little bit disappointing. But overall, like the gameplay really holds up, and I'd say it's definitely one of the best rhythm games I've played this year. I give it A tier.
Astral Throne. I'm just
Yeah, this is the one I mentioned to Leo because I know he like some of the Fire Emblem games. This is basically just like a Fire Emblem roguelite type game. I think it mostly does what it's trying to do pretty well. Again, it has the other problem, same problem as Necrodancer, where like, the writing isn't really anything noteworthy. It's like kind of non-existent as well. Also, like all the maps are like kind of the same, so they do get a little bit repetitive. So I don't think it has as much replay value as some other roguelites. I would say it is overall a pretty faithful recreation of kind of like Fire Emblem mechanics, and I do think that yeah, I know they're making a sequel right now, so I think there's a lot of potential in the sequel. And you know, it's fun to play through a couple times, but just didn't have quite as much replay as other roguelites. And there's definitely some like not great balance choices. There's some things that just seem like insanely broken, and other things that just seem really just bad and useless. So yeah, overall, I think it's a really good execution of the idea of having like kind of a Fire Emblem type roguelite. I just think the execution can be cleaned up a little bit better in the sequel.
Unrelated question: who the fuck is Rhetorical Anarchist? I just realized I don't know who.
Not exactly. He stops by pretty often when I'm streaming
Okay.
matches, though. So he's a
Okay,
long-time supporter.
I see. Wait. Okay. Let's. Oh wait. Let's do. Wait. MILF Manor 2. MILF Manor 2.
Oh yeah, MILF Manor 2. I gotta give that. That's a solid B tier. I only watched like one episode. I was at Andy's and they were watching it. So I watched like one episode. It was pretty funny. It's been described as a Freudian nightmare. And yeah, I mean it's, if I'm remembering correctly, like you have the MILFs, you have the sons. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say about it?
Yeah. No. I don't remember. Was I there for that? I think.
I don't think you were there.
No.
At least when I watched it, maybe watch it a separate time. But the
Maybe I was on like maybe it was Love Island that I watched one episode of.
yeah, it might have been Love Island. I don't know, because I know you definitely weren't there when I watched it.
Yeah.
But you might have seen it some other time. Who knows? Oh, I remember.
I
I
see.
gotta remember now what the gimmick was for the second
It was
season.
the dads were there,
Yeah,
right?
the dads are there. Yeah.
No, yeah, I was there. Because
No, you definitely weren't there.
Well, I
You
saw
might
it.
have- yeah,
I
you
saw
got-
it once at
Like I
least.
believe you've seen it. I'm just saying. Yeah, you weren't there at the time I saw it. But yeah, it's fucked up, but it's like it's an amusing enough concept. I'll give it B tier. It's not a good
Okay.
show at all, but it's a B tier.
Yeah. Okay. Now I gotta pick one that I don't. I'm gonna go with one I know and one I don't know. Is essentially in terms of what I'm selecting. Crumble.
Crumble. Oh yeah. I guess a solid B tier. I might play a little bit more. I haven't finished playing. I only played like past like maybe the first third of the game. It's pretty short, but it's basically just like you play as this little ball dude, and you grapple around with your tongue. And it's kind of like a speedrunner type game, where it's just kind of like about you know, how fast you can beat the levels. There's not. I don't think there's a.
Is it speedrunner slop?
Yeah, it kind of is speedrunner slop, but it's really well designed for the most part. I mean, there's sometimes where the grapple physics don't work exactly like I expect them to, but it's relatively forgiving. It's like not that hard to beat the levels. It's more about how fast can you beat them. So,
I see.
I think it'd be more fun if I was better at it, but I'm not that good at it. So yeah, I'll give it B tier for now. I might go up or down.
Trigun.
Trigun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've only watched so I watched this a little bit when I was a kid, and I like watched it like when it was on YouTube in like 3 parts. And I watched up to like maybe like episode 8 and they stopped uploading them. So I never finished it. I rewatched it again recently. I got also like episode 8 and I stopped. It wasn't really anything like I disliked. It's more just like I haven't really got around to finishing watching it. I mean, I really like the art style, just like old like hand drawn like 90s ish anime style is always just good, looks good. And it's interesting to see like how it's changed, how my perception of it's changed over time. That said, I mean, it didn't really stick out to me as anything really particularly special, but I'll still probably continue watching it. I did think
Oh,
I did
so
enjoy it.
you
I
said
just
you
didn't
haven't
love
got that far through. Okay, that's why.
Yeah, I'm only like episode 6 or 8 or something like that.
Yeah, it for lack of a better term, it scales. In my opinion, at least, it's a superb
Can't,
one.
dude, it's literally a term. It's just it gets better.
No, it scales. It's better.
So yeah, after I finish watching it, maybe this year I might move it up. But for now, just like based on the intro, it's C. And like when I'm saying C tier, I'm not saying like C tier is bad. C tier is like fine.
C is average, or well, no, B is average. C is just slightly like.
I'm considering C like average
Oh, okay.
for my list. D is like below
Yeah,
average.
bloated.
F is like bad. Ruin My Life is self-explanatory.
What is Medalist?
Medalist? Oh yeah, this is the anime that made me watch ice skating and become a ice skating fan. I'm gonna say
S tier.
S tier. Yeah, I'm gonna say the manga is a little bit better. Ironically, like you'd think a show about figure skating would be better with the music and visuals, but it's actually like I feel like the manga actually does a better job of like making the programs look interesting. I think the way the author uses like the panels to like kind of draw kind of the skaters between the panels and like draws motion is really interesting. It's like one of the few I enjoy like the manga more than the anime. I think I still think the anime is really good though. I just think the manga is even better.
It does make sense for a manga to excel at showing motion. A good example I'd use of that is Bocchi the Grappler. Obviously, it has motion in it. It does the cool stuff that it does in it, right? Like that. It just no one can argue that. But the person who draws the manga is just really good, really good. A lot of the panels have just absolutely supreme displays of knowledge of motion, like a way to just display things with the character's body. Very, very well done.
Yeah, I think I guess like give a quick summary of what it's about. It's about this one kid. I've talked about this before, but I'll say it again. That she's like maybe about 10 years old, so and she wants to be a skater, but she hasn't really gotten started, and she's like kind of like getting too old, to, like really be competitive. And this guy's like, man, that's what that's kind of like me when I was a kid. I didn't have that opportunity, so he helps her and becomes her coach, and then they go on their journey from there. But I found that really relatable because like when I was a kid, I didn't have a good enough computer to play Scout and
50.
TF2. Yeah, yeah, back in the 50s, my computer wasn't good enough to play TF2, so I gave up. And then when I got older, I wasn't really old, I didn't have that muscle memory developed, so I wasn't able to really achieve what I wanted to on Scout quite,
But
like I
you
wanted
groomed
to.
Tristan, and
Yeah,
it
but I groomed
and it
Tristan
was
and
all
made
right.
him made him my protege. So
Okay,
yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
so the lobsters are my children
10-year-old.
in this. Yeah, my 10-year-olds, and I'm the blonde haired dude. So might be a bit of a contrived metaphor, but I was like, I relate to this. I think I think there's some things the anime actually does better as far as like there's small like changes in the story and kind of the pacing. I think the anime actually does better in some parts, but so it's kind of a give and take. So, but yeah, I'd say so far I might move it down to like high A tier, but they're both really good.
Witch Watch.
Which watch? I only watched one episode. Where is it?
It's right below your mouse.
Oh, I only watched one episode, and there's nothing inherently wrong with it, but it's just the main character was named Nico, and this was like when Nico ruined my life, so I'm putting this in ruined my life tier.
Unfortunate timing for it.
I'll give it some extra points though because the opening by Yosobi or however you say their name is really good.
Let's see. Scroll down. Rock. Yeah, that one. What the fuck is that?
I watched this one with RU and the twins. Anglerfish sponsored
Yeah.
Smash athletes. It was okay. I think I liked the music. It was very melodramatic and had some like really weird kind of sus imagery, so that's why I didn't put it higher. It was like enjoyable, but I probably wouldn't have finished watching it if it wasn't like with other people who were watching it with me. I think trying to remember if there's anything else.
Wouldn't that be D tier?
No, I mean because I still like enjoyed it. It just like wasn't like it's like Trigun. So like I probably wouldn't really like felt super motivated to finish watching it if I didn't
Nice.
if I wasn't like watching someone else, because it's not like if something's like if I don't finish watching something, it doesn't necessarily mean that I even think it's bad. It's just like I have other things I want to do that are even better, you know. So
I
you know,
see.
good isn't good enough, you know. So I'd say it's C
Okay.
tier. I still liked it, but not like I didn't love it.
Short movie? What the fuck is short movie?
Which one?
Below.
Oh, this is
Is
like
that short movie?
yeah, it's just like a series like shorts for this one anime. Yeah, it's just like a couple 6-minute episodes. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just
Imagine a burger.
yeah, it's just kind of like a nothing burger. It's not even a bad nothing burger. It's just, you know, it's not a whole lot to it. It's just something to tide people over, I guess, until their next project. So I'd say it's okay. I didn't love it, didn't hate it. It's just fine.
What would you?
You know, there was the I'll say I did one thing really nice. The vocalist who performed the outro in the original series died, and they'd always like fake out the outro like in each of the episodes, and then they finally played it all the way through in the last one. So it's like, I thought that was a nice touch. Really cathartic to finally hear it all the way through at the end. Aside from that,
Yeah.
it's kind of a nothing burger. Oh, and the other one, this one's basically just like about a rock band, I guess, to just give a quick summary. I guess I should explain what these are.
Okay. Underneath the vampire, red.
You're gonna have to give me like coordinates.
Oh, okay. Down. There's the vampire down
Dracula.
and then red. No.
Okay.
Underneath the vampire. Yeah. Okay.
One.
Back to the no. I'm sure. You know what? Sure. But that I know what that is though. But like
Okay.
I was specifically trying to name something that I didn't know. But
Yeah, I give it like a high B tier. I mean, this wasn't really my favorite arc of the manga. I think it just kind of like each one gets better, one after the other until like you get to the end. I will say I think fight scenes were really well animated. I'm not really one that really cares about fight scenes that much, but for what it's worth,
I think it's like the #1 rated thing on my anime list. By the way,
I wouldn't be
What is?
surprised. People really like that movie, the Chainsaw Man movie.
Oh yeah.
oh no, all the Fryren fans, got to it and downvoted it. All the fanboys.
Fryren, Lord Friar Tuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my favorite arc of the manga. I think they adapted that as well as they could. It's like pretty faithful adaptation. I don't really think they changed anything substantial. They had a few touches here and there, but nothing too crazy. I think the music, especially like the opening scene or the opening song, the ending song, and then the full version of the third ending from the original series, were all like S tier music. So definitely give them some credit for that. You know, animation is great. I guess it's just like my main issue is just like I didn't really care about character as much as other people do, so that's why I'd say B tier. And you know, a lot of people disagree, but I did like the old like season 1 art style a lot better. I still think it looks great, but I just like the season 1 art style better. So I was just kind of thinking like I wonder what this would look like in kind of that other art style. It might like look worse in some ways, but I don't know. I just feel like it added a lot more character to the series. Like made it feel more like eerie, I guess, with a more like realistic art style. Just because there's like so much like absurd shit happening, but like it has like kind of this washed out dry feel. It makes it feel more like like when I think of the manga, it just feels very cartoonish. And then comparing it to like the season 1 art style makes it feel adds like a lot more weight to it. It feels like this is like actually happening to real people rather than, you know, just like a kind of a cartoon universe where there's less impact. So yeah. Still a good movie though. I'd still give it like an 8 out of 10. I just wouldn't put it A tier, you know? It's like a little bit short of A tier for me.
Baldur's Gate.
Oh, why'd I put that on here? Still S tier though. I guess I put it on here because I finally finished it this year. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people didn't like Act 3, but I actually really like urban settings in D&D. So I actually really enjoyed being in, you know, Baldur's Gate and meeting John Baldur's Gate.
John Baldur himself.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, the only thing is, and I think probably a lot of people who didn't like Act 3 probably played it through a bit sooner. I played it kind of like after a lot of the patches to fix performance and stuff like that. So fix some of the quest bugs. It's still like kind of buggy, but it was mostly playable. Yeah, I mean, I think Baldur's Gate 3 really delivered on the hype. I think it makes it a lot easier to get into like this kind of game just because it's the kind of game that having like the 5e rules makes it a lot easier to get into and more familiar. So yeah, I think Baldur's Gate 3 deserved S tier, deserved the hype.
Welcome to Japan.
Where's that one?
Down 2, and then to the left 2, which starts to the right 2.
I gotta give this one like a D tier. It wasn't very good. I don't know why I watched it. It's basically about I guess it's like a reverse isekai in a sense, where it's like the
hmm
elf lady goes to Japan. Those scenes are like kind of fun. I mean, it's not anything outstanding, but it's like nice, relaxing tourism bait, you know. It's like the parts where they like go to the other world, where there's like kind of fantasy elements. Those are like extraordinarily boring and terrible. So it's like half an okay show and like half a terrible show. So I give it like D tier. I would say like the last 2 episodes like finished somewhat strong because they didn't do any of the fantasy stuff and just did more tourism bait. So that keeps it from F tier. But yeah, I'd say like D's an okay place for it.
Plastic Duck.
This one's it's pretty solid. I mean, I can't really give. I was gonna give it C tier, but it's exactly what it sounds like. So I can't really like dock them points. I feel like because they're doing exactly what's advertised. You just kind of watch a plastic duck sit in a pool. It's like, you know what? That's exactly what I paid for, so it's fine. Respect.
Okay.
You're gonna do something,
Respect.
you'd be good at it.
Okay. Friday the 13th.
Where's the icon for it?
On the
yeah,
left.
this one. Yeah, I'd say Friday the 13th. I think it's B tier. I think it actually held up relatively well because it, in a sense, it doesn't really hold up very well. Like it's very dated, but it's very like retro in that sense. Like none of the characters are particularly likable, and I don't know, just something about it is like it definitely felt like a product of its time, and for that reason, I found it enjoyable. It's like a very solid slasher film that feels like kind of jank and like definitely like has the B movie feel. But yeah, I mean like that's sometimes you're in the mood for that. So I think Friday the 13th solid B tier.
Nemesis
Nemesis.
board game.
Yeah, I think this was pretty fun. I played this with a couple people from work, and it's both like you can either play co-op or you can play like co-opetitive, where it's kind of like some social deduction elements where you're like working together to like fix the ship and like escape, but everyone has like their own agenda, and you don't necessarily know like if you can trust each other. I only played the co-op version so far. I'm really looking forward to playing the like the co-opetitive version at some point. There's a lot of setup. It's like the box is gigantic. Like I definitely wouldn't buy it myself just because it's like probably super expensive. But I'm glad someone I work with had it, so it's pretty fun. So yeah, I look forward to playing again. It's basically like Alien the movie, the board game, but then you got a little bit of a Among. Well, I guess like even in the original Alien, there's kind of like the because there's the
The
dude.
Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, there's like the dude that's like has his own agenda. And that's kind of like how the game works. Like you're given like a secret goal, but like people don't necessarily know what that goal is. So yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to play like kind of the full like co-op editor version. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just a lot of setup.
So can you go to the very bottom? Okay, actually no. The wait, Mavericks. Do Mavericks.
Do I even need to say these two are?
No. I just wanted to watch it. Okay, wait. Who the fuck is the white jet that's just there? Who's the white
This
jet?
guy,
Yeah.
Arch Manning. I'm gonna say S tier.
Oh, it's Arch Manning. Okay.
Yeah, I put like various sports here, like how enjoyable my experience watching the sport was for this year. That's what the Mavs are representing. It's kind of the Mavs, it's also basketball as a whole. Arch Manning, you're watching the Longhorns this year. Yeah, was the team extremely frustrating at times? Yes. I mean, losing the Florida game was a fucking catastrophe. The Kentucky game, catastrophe. Nonetheless, still beat A&M. made them look foolish, kept them out of the conference championship game. Beat OU, made them look foolish. Watched them fall on their face in the playoffs. Beat Arkansas. Watched Archway, go from being like honestly kind of bad at the start of the season to actually pretty good at the end. Won the bowl game. Finished with 10 wins. I'm feeling really good going into next year. So I'm even though there's obviously some down periods, I'd say pretty happy with how college football for the Longhorns at least went this year.
Zatsutabi.
Who?
It was at the top. There was like something like Zatsutabi. Not at the very top, but like
Yeah.
Where was it? You like everything like shifted around. This is not actually. It's right there on the left middle, up next to City.
Oh, this one. Yeah, this is like a solid C tier anime. It's another like it's about like traveling like author.
More travel bait.
Yeah,
travel slop.
it's more like it's more Japanese tourism travel slop. But basically,
they love doing that.
Yeah, the premise is basically she's like an author that like wants to like get out more to explore the world and like get inspiration. It's kind of like based on the author's own experiences. But yeah, it basically is just travel slop. It's a good travel slop, but it is travel slop. I don't I'm trying to remember if there's one character I thought was like a little bit annoying. She was like an alcoholic who just like drinks all the time at inappropriate times while like traveling. I was like, man, this character's really annoying. I was like, wait, this character's me.
I was gonna say you're.
But I was like, yeah, I don't really have anything else to add to that. There's also one episode where she like meets up with some of her boys from high school. I mean, not the boy, I guess the girls from high school. And
Fellas.
And it's like, yeah, man, sucks we can't really get together more often anymore. It's like, yeah, that's kind of real.
Damn.
But yeah, I'd say it's like again, not saying C tier is bad. C tier is like solid, just like not overwhelming. It's like I wouldn't say it's like B tier. C tier is like it's a respectable C tier,
Slay the Princess, top 4.
Yeah, I'm putting this in the undecided just because I haven't finished it. I just haven't got around to finishing it. I enjoyed it. I'm just not sure like how much I care to finish it, but I feel like I just haven't played it enough to really know like where we're going with it. So I'm putting it undecided. I'll decide on that
Okay.
next year.
Okay, go very bottom. What the fuck is Pepe?
Unfortunately, I got to put this one F tier. I played it was like this guy made like a bunch of like Unity slot games. One called Cuckold Simulator, Tyrone Souls, Tyrone versus Cops. I thought it was supposed to be like ironic, but it turns out he was actually just extremely racist. So I'm putting it F tier. Because
I
like
see.
in Tyrone versus Cops, it's like kind of janky, but it's like honestly kind of fun for like a $1 game. That said, like I thought it was like a critique of like racism because it's like you wake up in this house and you're fighting cops as Tyrone. I thought it was like a commentary on like how you think this guy's like, a criminal or a gangster, but that's just like your racist assumptions. And it's actually like because you see on the wall he has a degree from UC Berkeley. So it's like clearly if you pay attention, this guy's actually pretty smart. But then I found out you just reused the house from another game from Cuckold Simulator. So
Can't believe it.
yeah, and then he apparently had some very racist tweets. Like he posted a picture of like a crystal that looked like a watermelon. It's like orange or it was like red and green, and they said Obama's going back in this crystal.
Fuck.
So yeah, I think this guy might be racist, maybe even very racist. So unfortunately, putting it F tier.
I'll Miss Vampire. Oh, Lil Miss Vampire. Oh wait, I know this.
Yeah, this one's definitely F tier. Some people said, "Oh, this is like better than it looks," but they're like, "No, the main character had no personality." So it's like this is bad.
Yeah, it's literally. It actually is. Imagine a burger.
He actually has a nothing burger.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say it's pretty F tier. It's like, yeah, it's just F tier. The main guy's just a nothing burger.
Do the other one next to City, the one to the left.
I can't even see what this one is.
I can't tell.
This is Oh, it's called Once Upon a Witch's Death. I, I'm reluctantly giving this B tier. The writing at times is like definitely kind of like scuffed, where it's like I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's like not. I definitely. I'm kind of waffling on because like the plot is kind of underwhelming. Honestly, I'm not really sold on the plot, but the main character is also pretty funny. She's like kind of like I don't know how to describe. She's like it's like if the I always say like the perverted like old man trope, but she's like a perverted old man if she's like a teenage girl, but like not like she doesn't like do that like anything really creepy. She's just kind of flirtatious, I guess.
I see.
And she's actually pretty funny. Um, so I'm like waffling between. I think it's more C tier. I don't think it like has enough because I think it's more like kind of on the tier as this. It definitely was fun to watch, but I'd say the animation's like pretty lacking. I'd say the world building is like it's okay. I'd say the plot wasn't really anything particularly memorable. The plot's kind of like she's like gonna die if she doesn't make everybody cry tears of joy. But she seems like really
It's-
uncommitted to the quest. Like she's at like she's kind of just like fucking around doing side quests. Like like in Baldur's Gate, like there's apparently like the world could be like destroyed. Like serious shit's happening, but like you're just like running around doing fucking pointless side quests.
Yeah.
That's kind of what she's doing, which is honestly kind of funny. She's like about to die, and she's like just doing like random bullshit. So I might bump it up to B tier. It's like very boring. Yeah, I'm thinking it's more C. It's a strong C tier, mostly just because I think the protagonist is funny, but the actual plot isn't that good.
See.
Do Sakamoto.
Sakamoto Days.
Directly to the left.
Left. Oh, this
No,
one.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably the manga volume, but I actually only watched the anime. I give it C tier. It just something about it just was not. It's just very underwhelming to me. Like I know that the second season of the anime came out. I just didn't really feel motivated at all to watch it.
I actually thought that you like really enjoyed it from from what you were describing, but
That's always because I say it's a Sakamoto day whenever Kaori Sakamoto does well.
yeah. Oh, I see. That was my why.
Yeah, no, the show itself is very. It's fine. I just didn't really love it. It's like on paper, I feel like it's something I should like a lot more because it's like everything I enjoy about like just you have like this kind of lame old man. You got quirky characters shooting guns at each other. You got like the mix of like mundane like slice of life shenanigans with like bizarre action sequences. So like on paper, there should be like an S tier for me, but like there's something about the show just didn't work for me at all. Like I'll probably like watch the second season or something, but at some point, but it just didn't really like stick out. It's like solid. I liked watching it. I just didn't love watching it. So it's a C
See.
tier.
Okay.
And then I keep using city as a reference, but that's because like I can't pronounce like what's to the left of city again.
Oh, this is Apocalypse Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is gonna be an S tier actually. This is a anime original. It's not based on like a manga or a book or anything.
Oh, so it's not like the. Oh, okay. I thought from what you were describing, I was thinking maybe it's like the anime equivalent of cheapviewerstreamboo.com. If you move the space in your chat, by the way. Anyways, I thought it was. I don't know. Have you ever read the Have you ever read any hotels where there's any manga where there's a hotel?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, there's one called the Voynich Hotel, which is what I thought you were describing at first.
I
But,
see. No, this is Apocalypse Hotel. It's about it's kind of like imagine there's another show I watched this year called Humanity Has Declined, and it kind of reminded me of that one. It kind of takes place like after the apocalypse, where it's kind of just a couple robots running a hotel afterwards, hoping the humans will come back one day, and the humans, they wait a long time, and before humans come back, they get a bunch of alien visitors and kind of But there's a lot of time that passes. Like there's literally like hundreds of years is what it covers.
I see.
I think the only thing it's like maybe kind of a plot hole is that it doesn't really seem like that much time passes as far as like how the environment looks. So I didn't really feel like that part was that super believable. Nonetheless, um, I think the main character. I'm trying to think like what's the best way to describe this. I think one of the great things about it is one showing like the passage of time. Really, it's a really good job of really using kind of like the different time periods to show like a pretty wide variety of different stories within the it's I think 12 episode runtime. Like there's everything from like farming to like building a rocket ship, beating aliens, so on and so forth. A wedding. There's one point where the robot lady becomes a tank and has like a fight scene with a mech because she's pissed. Yeah, I mean, there's so much variety there. It also kind of has like kind of a near feel almost, like near automata. It's quite a hard one to describe, but there's so much variation, and it's one that you kind of just have to like watch it to really feel like you either like the mood or you won't. I think the humor actually is pretty good. I think it was surprisingly like a much more funny anime than I thought it'd be. So I think it's probably like the best original anime I've seen in recent times, and maybe in probably the best one of the year, possibly. So I might want to talk about this one more later, just because I like this one so much. But yeah, this is an easy S tier for me at least. I would highly
Uh,
recommend it to other people.
okay. Food for the Soul, To the Right of Lazarus,
Right of
and City.
Lazarus.
To the Right of City and To the
Oh,
Right of
okay.
Lazarus.
Yeah, I mean, this is like borderline S tier, but I'm gonna give it A tier. I'd say like almost all the episodes. Maybe there's like one or two I didn't like as much, but like about 10 of this is also an anime original, so no source material. Um, it's the
You almost ruined people's lives.
what do you mean?
Is this the one? Isn't this the one that has inspired you to go cooking?
Oh, yeah. I tried to cook one of the recipes from the show, and I burnt my rice to the pan. Nonetheless, it is a really good show. It's like one of the best kind of like chill slice of life animes. It's yeah, I mean basically it's just like the premise, like a couple of people hanging out and sometimes cooking. That's honestly about it. It just like executes it way better than most shows.
I see.
I think all the characters are pretty likable. The doesn't have any really like creepy stuff. The good wholesome fun. And you might learn a couple recipes on the way as well.
See.
Also has a couple of elements of the Japanese tourism slot. So if that's what you're looking for, come to the right place. Got something for everybody. I also like that the main character is just like mildly awkward, but not like a caricature, like a lot of anime characters are.
Yeah.
Like one of the side characters kind of is like a bit more cartoonish, but the main character she's just kind of like a little bit awkward, but like honestly like kind of normal, which I appreciate.
Oh wait, this one I'm actually curious. Next to overrated, to the right. I don't remember what it's called, but I remember what the show is.
Yeah, I mean I really like the show. It's called "Can You Keep a Secret?" It's about it's just about like a workplace romance. Um, you got a dude, got a woman, they work together. I thought the premise was a little bit contrived at first. At first, I wasn't sold. But like, why do you care if people know if you're dating or not? This doesn't seem like that big of a deal, honestly. They even explicitly mentioned like that it's not even like disallowed at their workplace. So it's like, I don't know. I thought that part seemed a bit contrived. It's actually not really the focus of the show, which is great. I think it's interesting that from the very first episode they're in a relationship. So it's not about like, you know, 12 episodes of jerking off about like, oh, will they, won't they? It's like, no, they will. In fact, they have, and they're like banging in the first episode. But
Okay.
yeah, the I just think it's fun to see like an actual relationship that where they're like already in a relationship and not, it's not about like the chase. It's about like just hey, wouldn't it be cute if we went on a vacation here? It's like, yeah, that'd be fun. It's more just like kind of the day to day life of it, which I think is nice. There's also like this. What?
Oh, sorry. Continue. No, sorry. I thought that was a finishing
I
thought.
was also like, there's also side ship, which I kind of like. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Guess it's kind of hard to describe. It's just fun to watch. Yeah, I'd say like overall, I like the avoids like the usual bullshit, and it's just like, yeah, here's a couple people in a relationship. They're gonna go do some fun things. Hope you enjoy, so on and so forth. So I'd say it's solid B tier, like a strong B tier. The reason I don't put
Okay.
it A tier is just because like it doesn't really have anything to really like bump it up to like that next level, but I liked it.
Okay. So what the egg top right?
ShellShockers. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
mean this is definitely like I played this with Echo the Elf. That's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, you did play it with. Did you enjoy your second round?
Yeah, I enjoyed my
third
second round.
round?
Like, you know, after I figured out, you know, I fixed my computer, which couldn't boot up, and you know, not able to play ShellShockers. And then my computer randomly fix itself. It you know, it does just assign the users wanting to play ShellShockers at Echo the Elf, and I'm glad I got to.
Wow. Increíble. Guild Receptionist.
Okay. Hold that thought. I'm gonna go get another drink. I'll be right back. All right. So Guild Receptionist. Honestly, that's
Yes.
like D tier. I watched like one episode. It's just boring. It's just like fantasy slop. There's like no. I thought the you know the concept was like, oh, there's a receptionist doing receptionist things. I thought that sounded fun. It's actually like not really about that at all. It's just, yeah, another like overpowered protagonist. Who cares?
Uh, Hotel Tasukore.
Yeah, this one's like a strong like. It's like somewhere between C and B. I'd say it's B for now. Might adjust it later, but I think it's the atmosphere was interesting. I thought the it's kind of like a series like individual kind of, you know, there's like kind of a case of the week where it's basically about they're in this hotel and kind of like not purgatory. It's more like between life and death. And as they say that they realize, are you alive or are you dead? What happened to you? Like, what's your past? And then they either like move on to the afterlife or return to like the living world. And the main character kind of like helps people through that. And in the meantime, there's this one guy that's kind of scheming. He's like a serial killer. And he's like trying to scheme like how to get back to the real world. And I think the relationship with the main bad guys is pretty interesting. I do think that a lot of my main issue with it is just a lot of the rules of the world are very like obviously very contrived, where it's just like it kind of feels like things just happen because like, yeah, this is just a rule because the plot, this, you know, is how the plot must proceed rather than it feeling really organic. So I'd say that's my main complaint with it. There's a bunch of times which is like, why is the main bad guy allowed to do this? It makes like no logical sense. So I say that's a bit of a weakness of it. Overall, though, I'd say it's like a solid like. I think the case is the week's pretty nice. I think the atmosphere is good. I do think the final confrontation between the main guy and the main bad guy is pretty interesting. I also like the main character. They're not totally pure. They're like they definitely they're not like totally good or totally bad. So I think it's about like looking like just like a normal like innocent anime girl. They're actually a little bit more complicated. Apparently, this is actually based on a game, and apparently it's like a little bit better in the game. But yeah, I don't know. I've only seen the show. Overall, I'd say it's solid. I'd say it's like a strong C tier. That's all I got to say about that one.
What red? Yeah, that one. The one that
This
you were
one?
on. Red dress. No, red dress.
A red dress. This is honestly another D tier. I thought this was gonna be about like a chill detective show, and it was actually just like no, the main character is actually like incompetent, and the butler just does her job for her basically. Like okay, and the cases didn't really seem that interesting from the couple I watched, so I was actually looking forward to this one quite a bit, but it was very disappointing. So yeah, it's a D tier.
And then yeah, that one. Detectives.
Oh, this was honestly like kind of funny. It kind of reminded me of like Bo. It's just like I guess it was airing at the same time a lot of other good things are airing, so I never finished it. But the first couple episodes I watched is like it's just like if you like surreal, absurd comedy, you probably enjoy it. It's I might even finish watching it at some point. I did like it. I just didn't love it enough to like watch it over other things when there's like what other anime shows that were airing that were even better. Yeah, like if you like kind of just the weird absurdity of lectures like whatever however many fucking bows there are. I think you'd like something like this. It's called Detectives Are Crazy These Days, if the name wasn't clear.
Okay. Blinded by the Light. Is that just the weekend? Or
No, this is not the weekend.
No,
Believe it or not, man, not every brown person is the weekend.
No, I mean, I can see that that's not the weekend. I mean, like, it's, my point is this just the song?
No, this is also not related to the week. Oh, I see what you mean. No, this is also not related to Blinding Lights by the Weekend. This is actually based on inspired by Blinded by the Light, the Bruce Springsteen song.
Oh,
it's like a musical based on about this one Pakistani guy in England, and he gets inspired by Bruce Springsteen to kind of break free of his his hometown and pursue his career as a writer. So I have to keep wiping my nose. It's not like my nose is right. It's just like the tip of my nose is itchy.
I see.
Anyway, but yeah, it's like a weird musical where there's like one point where it just starts like singing Bruce Springsteen songs at a bunch of neo Nazis, which was surreal. It's like kind of corny, but it's like corny in like a sort of fun way. And obviously, I really like Bruce Springsteen music, so. And I think the ending was actually pretty strong. Like his final talk about how his family's influenced him and how not to say like he's like gonna just like given and like be held back by like all the things that are like holding back in kind of a small town and his family, but at the same time, still like appreciating like what his family's done for him at the same time, kind of reconciling with his family. So I do think the ending kind of like bumped it from being like C tier to like pretty solid B tier, even if it's like kind of a weird, silly movie.
I see.
If you like Bruce music, you'll probably like it.
Dude, okay. What the hell is like? Scroll down a bit. There's another hotel one, man. What's the?
Yeah, there's like a hotel one
go
every.
go up and then left. No, yeah, left.
Oh, this
down.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah. This one's like kind of D tier. It's basically just like a Mickey Mouse. The concept is like there's some concierges at the the Continental and John Wick. It's basically like they're basically concierges at like a hotel like that. It just didn't seem that. I watched the first episode. It was just very underwhelming. Visually, it didn't look. It was underwhelming. The writing, there's just nothing. It seemed like it just felt like a
Imagine a
nothing
burger.
burger. Yeah, imagining a burger. I don't know. Maybe it gets better, but it just didn't feel. It felt very underwhelming after comparing to like this hotel anime, which is pretty solid, and this hotel anime, which I thought was amazing. Like, it just felt very underwhelming. It's like this is the worst hotel I've stayed at this year.
I see.
What's overrated?
This is like a card game. I played at Andy's once. It was solid. It was fun. It's kind of like a more specific version of Cards Against Humanity. It's where so you have like a deck of cards. Like there's one there's like a restaurant. It's kind of like the black or like the question card, and then it has like a bunch of reviews, and you try to like play one that you think is gonna be like the funniest review, and then people like vote on it. I was kind of farming at that game. I like winning every round. I was kind of a beast at it,
Okay.
but it was pretty fun. But I don't know if it would have like a whole lot of staying power.
Okay. Is that did they like really go up? Was that an anime? Is that an anime version of because you have the manga version to the to directly there, and it's the one to the right and below. Is that the anime of it?
Yeah, this is the anime version of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Do Kowloon generic? That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
It's like Kowloon generic romance.
Mm-hmm. I'd say both. I'd say they're both A tier. I think I was kind of going back with because there's some aspects about the manga I like better, and there's some aspects about the anime I like better. Actually, I probably would say I like the anime or the manga better because I actually think the black and white kind of color scheme definitely like adds to the atmosphere a bit. I wouldn't necessarily like. Then again, like also like kind of the full color in the anime also like adds atmosphere. Just it gives it a completely different feel. Like intro song for the anime is also really great. I think the I don't know, it's kind of like this 90s like throwbacks animation style, which is really just one of the most pleasant ones to look at. I think I've seen this year. I think it's like one of the best visually, just in terms of like the art direction. I think, but the manga art is also really great, and there's like definitely something like a little bit more creepy in the manga. Actually, like kind of thought dump this a bit in RU's Discord, but I think there's also a couple like scenes that I noticed in the manga that weren't in the anime that I was kind of disappointed at. A couple of really good scenes in some of the earlier volumes, or even unfortunately missing in the anime, which makes sense. Like they were able to like get a full adaptation in 13 episodes. I just feel like the ending was maybe just a little bit quick, just because of the time constraints. So I'm hoping the manga, when it's finally finished, will be just a little bit better paced in that regard. But overall, I think one thing I really like about obviously the setting of being set in Kowloon Walled City is it's actually becoming more common. I'm seeing more things set in that, but like
Set in what?
In Kowloon Walled City, like the location in Hong Kong.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously it's a really unique setting. I think the other thing is like I really relate to how like there's the two main characters. There's like the one with glasses of the main character and like the one that's dead, and then the main character herself. And I really like the dichotomy between those two, because the new one, she's like kind of what's the word? She comes off as like more reserved and quiet, but she's also like really adventurous and like willing to like really live her life to the fullest. And you compare that to the old version, and she's like a lot more like confident on the surface, But at the same time, she's also like kind of a coward that's like afraid to change and afraid to really get out of her comfort zone. I really like that kind of dichotomy between like the two versions of the protagonist. I mean, I actually had a lot of thoughts on this one, but I think overall, yeah, I'd highly recommend it. I only watched this one because Ori's girlfriend was like, "Yeah, this one's really good." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll give it a try." And but yeah, I wasn't disappointed. I thought it was really good.
So
I mean, I have a bunch more thoughts about it, honestly, but yeah, I mean, we'll have so much time, so but yeah,
Yeah.
I'd recommend it. I'd say it's definitely an A tier.
Oh, Blood on the Clocktower. I've played that one. There's an online version.
Yeah, I played this one at work with there's like an after work event where it's like a bunch of people brought copies of the game and anybody could kind of just pull up and play. And yeah, I think it's definitely one of the best iterations of kind of the Mafia style games. I think the having kind of like the sort of like pseudo like dungeon master mechanic, kind of like balance the game and like make sure it's interesting is a lot of fun. I don't know, it's just like it basically is just kind of like a Mafia game, but it's just like a really well done version of it.
yeah,
I like
Yeah,
they add like a
I,
little bit of extra like narrative to it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. Have you? Oh, do the one next to Pantheon Stalking to the left.
Let's see. Sorry, I had to get another tissue. Oh, this is Like a Dragon.
Oh, it's like a dragon. I
Yeah,
see.
the movie from like 2006. It's honestly like pretty bad. It's like a terrible, absolutely terrible adaptation of what happens in the game. There's like a couple characters that show up for like 5 minutes. And I was watching with someone who'd actually played the game. It's like, yeah, these are like major characters, like some of the most important characters in the story, and they show up for like 5 minutes. So it's not a very faithful adaptation. It is like kind of funny. In terms of like tone, it's actually like one of the more faithful adaptations of like the feel of the game, even if like the story elements aren't the totally accurate. So honestly, it was entertaining to watch. It's just like I wouldn't say it's a good movie, but I still liked it regardless. Someone also had an interpretation. They said that maybe this is just this version of the movie is like what Majima thinks happened because he doesn't like know all the events. So it's like I kind of like imagining it like that. This is just like Majima's version of like what happened in his head, or like maybe a movie he produced or something. But yeah, it was okay.
See.
It was solid.
Sorairo Utility.
Oh, this is like
The
kind of a slice of life golf anime. I think it's B tier. I thought at first I was like, not super excited, but also kind of side note, the opening is really good. It's really catchy. Yeah, at first I wasn't super sold on this, but I really like the themes they built on. Like as the season went on, of the it's about it's really about just like enjoying a hobby like with your friends, and about you know sure it can be fun to do it by yourself, but sometimes there's some things just more fun, more special to do with others. I really like how they drove it home in the last episode where everyone else is like kind of busy doing things, and then the main character finally kind of like reaches a new level in golf. They finally like have a decent run at the course, but they're kind of by themselves, and they realize it just isn't as fun without everyone else. And I thought that was a really good way to tie it all back. So yeah, I think it's a B tier. It's like a slice of life, but I like that it has like a little bit of something to say at the end.
Okay. Uh, do yeah, do the one to the left of City, and then after that we'll do
Yeah, this is actually it's borderline A tier for me. I feel like I got to bump it on to B tier just because I put so many things in A tier right now. Feel like it is a step below. Basically, it's like it's a sports anime that's not about sports. It's actually more about it's more about a workplace anime. Really, is how it's described. Basically, it's about the staff of a ballpark, but it's kind of like pretty much like every chapter is about a different person in the ballpark, and it's really fun to see like how the different lives intersect. Like sometimes you'll have a couple minutes focused on the players. Sometimes it'll be about like the vending staff. Sometimes someone who works at like the food stand. sometimes just the fans who come by, sometimes like the managers, the coaches, the other teams, the mascots, the announcers, and everybody has their own little story that interconnects. It's like The Wire, if it was like The Wire was a slice of life anime about a baseball park in Japan.
See,
And just think how like all the different stories intersect and how it seems that like sometimes they don't always like win, but people are still enthusiastic and enjoying the journey. I think that really says a lot about they're relatable as a sports fan. So I think this is really good. I think it definitely made me feel like I kind of feel like going to see some baseball now. So
Whoa.
I yeah, I rate this one pretty highly. It's borderline A tier.
Do Invasion of the Bodysnatchers.
Which one? Where was that?
Invasion
yeah.
of the.
Yeah, I really like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It was really good. Obviously it's like an older movie, but I think a lot of it's like very. I think the most horrifying part of the movie is just like the reality of like people not trusting you, like to the right, it's like of course like it sounds like you have like Capgras delusion, but the idea of like something like that actually happening, like someone getting replaced, and no one being really believing you because you sound ridiculous. I think they really executed on that fear really well. It's also it was kind of just interesting to see from a historical perspective of how like this kind of relates to like kind of the whole like era of like Red Scare and McCarthyism at the time. So it was also just like kind of interesting to see from that perspective as well. I give it a solid BTR. I really liked watching this one. It was good.
Turkey.
Turkey, yeah,
Top right.
this is I'm gonna say this is going to give a mild spoiler. It does appear to just be a bowling anime, but there's a little bit more to it than that. I mean, it's kind of hard to talk about, but overall, I'd say the writing wasn't the best. There's definitely some parts was like this is really jank, but at the same time, there's like very surreal things that happen. I really love how the way they just approach it with like the utmost seriousness to it. So it's really what I want one out of like an anime original. It's like a very fun premise that doesn't overstay its welcome and ties up very nicely as a complete story in about 13 episodes and has, in my opinion, actually a pretty solid ending. So was the writing perfect? No. Was the animation the best? No. Was the to have like the most fanciful presentation? No. Nonetheless, I think this is like shows like this is kind of like the why I like anime as a medium, because I don't think anime on average has like the best writing, but I think the format has like the a lot of potential to really like give you a nice little limited run execution of a unusual concept, and I think this is a good example of that. So even though it wasn't the best show, I still really liked it regardless.
Let's do Friend Swap. Let's do Peak.
Peak, I mean
that's
Peak. I haven't really got that far in it. I just played it with a couple friends from college, and then I haven't got to play it since one of them had a kid, so they're kind of busy. Nonetheless, the brief amount we played it was a lot of fun. It was one thing I'll always remember is dying, and as my life was slowly fading, I thought the ghost of one of my friends come to me and say, "Hey man, if you get about 50 feet up, there's a Wendy's." And something about that will always I'll always remember that. Yeah, Peak's fun. It also crashed my computer like 5 times. I thought my computer was dying. So definitely not the most optimized game, but it was fun for what amount we played it.
good.
Do that one.
Psycho?
No, not Psycho.
Oh,
Not
Psycho.
Psycho. The one to the directly to above now. Now it's above it.
This one?
That.
Honestly, this one's S tier as far as like animes go.
What is that?
So it's called With You in the Rain. So it's about there's this one woman. She's kind of quiet. She's an author. She's like definitely kind of weird, but she meets Tanuki, and then it's kind of just like her daily life. after that. And I think what makes this anime really strong is one, the I think she's like one of the most. It's actually a very unique protagonist. Like that I haven't really seen in that many other, mediums where she's a very weird person, but she's not like weird in a way that's like cartoonish. Like she just seems like someone who'd be like mildly autistic, but otherwise like fairly nice. Like she definitely like seems like someone who needs her alone time, and definitely needs and definitely has like kind of an odd way of doing things that makes people think like, why are they like that? But and definitely like maybe isn't the best communicator, can be a bit introverted, but nonetheless like she's like respectful about it. Like her friends are respectful about her personal space. I just really like that presentation of protagonist. Like someone who's like a bit awkward, but like not, but it's like not like a cartoon character. Like a lot of anime make it like a comedic thing, but she's actually just like a normal, like moderately awkward, like maybe slightly autistic person, which I thought was really interesting, and I just thought she was a really great character. And I'd say the direction of the episodes is really well paced. I think of course, you have little Tanuki dude. It's always fun. And in spite of the not really being a comedy, the few jokes it does have like give a sensible chuckle. Yeah, it's like definitely one of the most more atmospheric shows as well. Really focusing on kind of like the if you like kind of imagery of like rain and that kind of thing, then it does a really good job of presenting that. So yeah, I didn't have high expectations. I thought it'd be okay, but like it ended up well exceeding my expectations. I think it's I thought it'd be like an okay show, but it ended up being a great show. So I'd highly recommend it.
I see. Yeah, sure. Do the one that you're on right now. The witch. I
This
don't know
one,
what that is.
it's called The Secret of the Silent Witch. I watched like one episode. It just seemed like kind of like the opposite of this one, where like she feels like a real character. Like that actually has like some depth beyond just haha. They're like shy around people. This one was more the one. It's like okay, well that's just the entire joke. And maybe it gets better, but I just watched like one episode. It's like this just doesn't seem interesting. So yeah, D tier for me. Like I said, maybe it gets better,
Nice.
but I wouldn't know.
I see. Mm,
The you do Dracula. Do Dracula.
Dracula, I did like Dracula. It's like just very I don't know. I mean, like just being like such an old movie is like kind of refreshing to see something from like what the 30s or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like see how like a lot of the early vampire movies kind of built the mythos and lore around vampires. So it was interesting from a historical perspective, and yeah, maybe like sure, maybe not my favorite movie in terms of like raw entertainment value, but I was definitely fascinated by like seeing like how like some of the tropes in this movie has like pretty like kind of clear influences on kind of like later vampire movies and such.
Yeah, do Dallas Stars.
I didn't watch that much of the stars this season. I mostly just watched the playoffs and maybe a couple regular season games at the end. Nonetheless, and I haven't really started watching much this year. I plan on watching more after the NFL season ends. But yeah, I think the that playoff series, mainly with the Avalanche, that was absolutely insane. Definitely made me want to watch more playoff hockey later down the road. Only for like the weird. Again, I'm like kind of new to like watching hockey, but the playoff structure seems really fucking stupid. That like two like top contender teams can be playing each other in the first round. But I mean, the series definitely delivered. That was like an amazing series between the Avalanche and the Stars. Seeing like Miko Rantanen like make some like insane plays. Yeah, definitely made me want to watch some more hockey in the future.
see.
Do Night of the Living Dead.
I actually really like this one. This one is kind of like the retro horror movies we watched this year. I think Night of the Living Dead was one of the best ones. One, I mean, again, similar to Dracula, like very easy, like the influence it has on like kind of later zombie movies. But like in terms of, like just kind of holding up as like a zombie movie in itself, it really does hold up pretty well. Like again, a lot of the tropes from like modern zombie movies, like oh the real bad guys are humans, kind of present. But I also really thought the ending, which spoiler, for a fucking 80-year-old fucking movie. I think the ending, the way it ends with the main guy getting killed by the army after doing all, going through all that bullshit to survive was, really like comedically ironic and also really fucked up and sad. So I think the way that ends and like how unceremoniously it ends with a really strong ending as well as just like, I think the regular like moment to moment tension was actually pretty well done. And like it doesn't feel like I didn't feel like I was watching a movie that I guess it's like yeah, like 60s. Yeah, like I didn't feel like I was watching a movie that like from the 60s. Like it still felt like even though yeah, obviously the effects weren't like as modern, but it still felt like it held up as like a movie itself and not just like a historical piece. So yeah, I really like that in Living Dead.
Uh, do City.
City the animation, yeah. I mean, I thought City animation was it's borderline A tier for me. I really liked it. The I don't think like the humor was necessarily like the funniest, like haha laugh out loud funny, but it's more just like something about the tone of it and the way. First of all, like one kind of similar to the Ballpark one, just like the way like all the different little stories and characters intersect is really fascinating to watch, and the way they approached like adapting some of the material into the anime was really creative. Like they had one part where they mixed a bunch of perspectives into like literally like not like showing 9 different things going on at once side by side. So they had some really creative decisions of like how they adapted it. It was really impressive. And again, like I said, maybe not like it wasn't like purely like laugh out loud funny all the time, but just like had just like this consistently like kind of quirky tone that just made it like feel good to watch. And I think the really love the ending song too. The opening song, it's okay, but like I really love the ending song. That yeah, I just remember listening to that a lot. It's kind of like the summer was coming to an end, and yeah, I think City was good. Not the best, but like it was good. I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Do the
Have you ever like
no,
read it or
no,
watched
I've
it?
never seen.
Okay.
No, no,
Yeah, it's basically just
no
like about
cool.
the days of like of it. It's like have you read or seen Nichijou?
I assumed it was like a follow up to that based on
Yeah,
the art style.
it's in the same universe. It's like not really related, but it's like in the same universe. Like there's a few like cameos from some of the
I
characters,
see.
and it's like the same like kind of like just like weird absurd humor.
Okay. I see. Um,
Do go down a bit. There was like top left now, next to Lazarus.
This one,
Yeah.
controversial pick, but I'm putting this in. It's borderline S tier.
what is it?
It's called See Tomorrow at the Food Court. It's a show about there's this like one girl that goes to the food court, and there's this other girl that goes to the food court, and they just talk about bullshit. Like like the scene at the beginning of Pulp Fiction where they're talking about like the price of a burger.
Yeah,
It's like kind of like that, but for like 6 episodes.
I see. No, that definitely seems like something you would enjoy.
Yeah,
So
they just yap about bullshit. I'd recommend it.
okay.
Like,
Um,
I guess to expand a little bit further, I mean, I think that I think the bullshit they yap about, like obviously, like it's not necessarily like the deepest conversations, but it does feel like fairly relatable in the sense that like again, they're not even talking about anything particularly deep for the most part. It's just like you know how like we go to Mexico,
yeah.
it's kind of like that. It's like, yep, time to go to the place, talk about some bullshit, and then yep, that's it. I
Yeah.
also like the two main characters are both like pretty interesting. Like the one on the left seems like more the talkative type, but she's actually like more the serious, like studious type. One on the right, she's more just like a fucking gotcha gremlin.
I see.
gambling
So
addict.
they're kind of subverting
Yeah, they're
the.
kind of like the opposites, you know.
Okay.
Uh, Elden Ring.
Okay, I haven't really finished reading this one, but it's pretty funny. It's like almost like a parody of Elden Ring, but it's not like even really a parody. It's more just like poking fun at like how absurd like players' actions are, which you know, kind of like a old trope, but the it does it in a very well done way because like it really does like replay the plot of Elden Ring, just like in a very like silly like comedic way. It's like if Elden Ring was a comedy, and it's just like kind of impressive. Though. They actually like managed to like mostly get across the plot without while you know being like mostly like a gag joke comic. So I haven't read
see.
a ton of it yet, but because I don't want to get spoiled for like when I actually play through the game. But from what I've seen so far, it's actually pretty funny. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Uh. Okay. Mahjong Soul.
Mahjong
Do
Soul. I mean, honestly, like I don't like the aesthetic of Mahjong Soul, like the weird like anime gotcha aesthetic. Nonetheless, it is like a pretty easy way to like get a good game of Mahjong going. And I did enjoy my time learning Mahjong. It's helped me relate to a lot of Chinese people I know. It's really funny that like everyone has like a different version of Mahjong because there's so many different versions of Mahjong. I think Mahjong itself is like a pretty funny game because it's like you try to explain it to somebody and it's like this sounds like bullshit. It sounds like you're making
And it
stuff up.
is.
It's like of course since I had like 9 terminals here, that means like the special like fucking honor tiles plus the ones
Yeah,
and
but we're
nines.
actually but you're forgetting that you're in the East Seat, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, if you get hit someone to the sumo slam, then you lose points equally, except if you're in the EC and then you lose twice as many points. So but if you have the luckily this hand looked pretty bad, but luckily I had 9 terminals, so of course we get to force a redraw here. Also everyone discarded the same wind on the first round, so now we also get a redraw off that. Yeah. I don't know. There's just a bunch of bullshit. It's like also, yeah, now I can't do this because now I'm in Puritan or whatever what the fuck it's called. Look, mahjong's bullshit. I've talked to Chinese people about it. I've asked like some other people I work with that like
I'll
grew up in
agree.
like in China. They're like, yeah, there's like a bunch of like whack stuff. It's like everyone's got like a different version of the game. Yeah, it's interesting. I did enjoy my mahjong arc though. It was fun. It's a weird game, but I definitely have an appreciation for it.
Okay.
I don't. What's Zon 2? Zon
This one.
whatever. Yeah.
Zombie 100. So this is like about
Oh, I see.
it's about a dude
It's a number.
who's like he works at a corporation. Where the fuck did it go?
Oh,
It just vanished. Am I not seeing it?
it's gone. Well, you're
There it is.
scrolling. Oh, there
Oh,
it is.
there
Yeah.
it is, yeah. He works for a corporation that you know works absurd hours as they typically do in Japan. And then they'll go out to drink, then they'll go back to working absurd hours. So just like when I was working for Gary. And then the zombie apocalypse happens and yada 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 stuff happens. It's just a like kind of solid, like kind of fun, lighthearted zombie kind of show. It's not really anything special, but it is like pretty fun. Like I don't know if I want to watch it more than to see like what happens after, but it was fun. It was just like a nice, like lighthearted, like zombie show. And could definitely relate to the main character working for Gary. I even like mentioned like my work life to somebody, to like some random guy. I was at one of my friends' weddings, and he's like, "Yeah, this sounds like a Zombie 100." I was like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that one." But yeah, anyway, it's
Well,
it was solid. It was very solid.
okay. Who the fuck is? I think that says Santa Claus in the bottom left.
Bottom left. This one?
That, yeah, I
Oh,
can't
this
tell
is
what that's.
representing the Dallas Cowboys season.
Okay.
Honestly, I mean, yes, were the Cowboys mid as fuck? Yes. Was the offense at least fun to watch? Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. So, I mean, look, I actually, I had no faith in Schottenheimer. I think he's got some, we'll see what he can do next season after hopefully they get a new DC. So, like I said, my expectations were like nothing. The results were slightly more than nothing. Schottenheimer maybe has potential. So I'm giving it a B tier. And hopefully we can hold on to George Pickens. So what I'm saying is next year's our year.
Yeah. I can't believe you're dying next year.
We'll leave the hype.
My Melody Kuromi.
At least from what I've seen so far, this is pretty good. It's I only got around to watching one episode because it's also like airing when a bunch of other stuff was. It was I really did enjoy it. It was like I mean I just love stop motion in general. I think stop motion is I did a little bit of stop motion when I was a kid, and so I just really appreciate like the style and like how much it goes into it. And yeah, like even if you're not like the end of the plot, just the aesthetic of it is just very comforting and relaxing. Again, I've only seen one episode, so but from what I've seen so far, when I get around to watching it, I think it'll be quite good. So I'm giving it a B tier.
Okay. Bocchi the Rock.
Yeah, this is more just like
There's two
based
of
on
them.
the continuation of how it's looked this year. So we're B tier. It's like a solid like fun to read, four panel. Every now and then. It's not particularly memorable, but I do like the characters. It's a sensible chuckle. And yeah, so far it's fine. Yeah, this year's chapters have been solid. I don't really feel too strongly about it either way. I like it, and I'll continue to read it, but it's not blowing my socks off by any means.
Okay. Okay. We're getting into stuff that I was picking. I was seeing a lot of stuff that I didn't know, so I kind of focused on that for a bit. But now I'm seeing a lot of stuff that I recognize, so I think I can be more less
Opinionated.
thoughtful, less opinionated. Okay, Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project.
Above Nexus
Oh,
Scream,
yeah.
right there.
I think it was okay. I didn't love it. I respect like what it is as far as like kind of like influenced the genre of kind of the found footage horror, like kind of the low budget indie kind of style of horror. I think also had kind of like very like naturalistic, very like pseudo real kind of like style of acting. I appreciate what it did. I thought it was fascinating to see like kind of the origins of like kind of that style of horror movie. I didn't love it as a movie itself, but again, like as like a piece of like movie history, I thought it was fascinating. So I didn't love it, but it was solid.
You the question of like, if you have to produce a movie
With you have within 3 years, you have to produce a movie that makes $1 million. I think that Blair Witch Project is like the best example of like, yeah, like you have to go for like some niche, like
college like type shit where it's like, oh, you do some artistic bullshit and that's experimental. You know?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like I respect like where it came from. I think it's really fascinating, like how they like managed to make like a classic movie like on such a budget.
Yeah.
So like I'd probably move it up. It's like borderline B tier for me.
Okay.
I'd say it's C tier for now, just because like yeah, I mean I guess like in same vein of Dracula, I'd say it's B tier. I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Let's do Arcane.
Arcane, yeah. Actually, this
It's
technically
at the
I watched
top.
I watched this last year, and I just forgot to put it on last year's list. Honestly, I got to put it like C tier. It's like god tier, like visual quality. Like for like an animated TV series, it's like some of the best like looking animated TV series I've seen. Um, Even like better than a lot of movies, honestly. That said, just like it gave me like Game of Thrones season 8 feel, where it's just like there's a bunch of plot lines being wrapped up, where it's like I can kind of see like how it could arrive at this, but it's just like you did it in such like an underwhelming, rushed way that it just doesn't feel satisfying. So I'd say Arcane. Yeah, unfortunately, it's C tier. Like I had high expectations. I think Arcane season 1, probably like solid B tier, even like borderline A tier. But like season 2 is just disappointing. It's just I think they needed like I think they spread themselves too thin. I think maybe even if they cut a couple plot lines, it could have been like they would have had time to like tell a focused story about the main characters, but they just spread everything too thin. And I always like thought Riot, like most like Riot content, is fucking had dog shit writing. And then Arcane season 1's like, okay, you're actually onto something here. And then yeah, went back to being dog shit. But yeah, like visually it looks really good. But yeah, unfortunately, very disappointing to me. I had high expectations, and my expectations were not met.
I see.
Right? It's like a one-hit wonder. They've had like one bit of good writing, and then ever since that, it's been bleh. Before that, it was bleh, and I assume going forward, it'll continue to be bleh.
Okay. Go ahead and do Psycho.
Psycho.
Yeah, to the left. To the left.
Left.
To the left.
This one, yeah. I thought Psycho was pretty good. It was I mean, I've said this about a lot of the like kind of the old school horror movies I've watched, but yeah, it was like really cool to see like kind of like where a lot of the old school, kind of like Freudian like psychopath serial killer groups come from, and of course there's like the scene, the scene with the dickhead detective at the end where he's like
Yes.
did he murder my
Yes.
sister? It's like no, but also yes, but also no. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, Psycho is you know, I actually did think the acting was like, even though it's like kind of in the style of its time a little bit, was quite interesting. The especially the main especially Norman Bates, of course. And I'd say even like the last bit where like he comes and like dresses his mother was like definitely like kind of like unnerving a little bit. So I think like aspects of it still do hold up today. Like I'd say even like the more like unnerving, like interesting part was like the part where like he's having like kind of a seemingly normal conversation with this one woman in a hotel, and then he just like starts kind of like going a little bit off the rails. Where it's like there's like something wrong. Where he's talking about like just like birds and like taxidermy and just like weird shit, and it's like there's something wrong, and like I guess there's also kind of like the knowing like obviously what happens just because like the famous like shower scene, but yeah. Overall, I enjoyed my time watching Psycho. I think Psycho was good.
What the fuck is Rad at the bottom?
Oh, that's the game I was talking about
Oh,
yesterday. Yeah, it's
Wait.
just like really. I didn't actually play it, but it was really funny.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought you hadn't played it yet, but okay, I see.
Yeah, Robot Alchemic Drive or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I just appreciate it because it's really funny.
Yeah.
It's just like
My job.
yeah. The one kid they just keeps getting like her life ruined. The god awful voice acting. It's just such a funny game. Like I might play it one day, but like just from watching it, it was really funny. So yeah, I'm putting. I don't know. I just like really appreciate this era of PS2 games where there's like just so much like kind of like weird, funny, low budget type of things. Type of what the fuck happened? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, just like something like weird, like low budget things, and kind of like funny to see how kind of influenced like kind of later like Earth Defense Force games, and it's just like so jank. It's like one of the funniest games I've seen in like an unintentional way. So I hope I could get a chance, get around to playing it someday. Uh, yeah, Robot Alchemic Drive. I'd recommend at least watching a playthrough of it.
Pokemon with wall read.
This one,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
I mean,
Walrein, I believe.
like I said, I love you know, stop motion animation and Pokemon Concierge. You have the continuation. I haven't finished watching it yet, but I mean, I love the first season. Love stop motion animation. Love seeing little Pokemon go on their funny little just day in the life adventures. I think the only reason I haven't watched the second season more is just because like it's hard to find it like uploaded anywhere. If it's easier to watch, I would have finished it by now. But yeah, I'll get around to it. And so far, from what I've seen, in the second season, it's more of the same, and that's all right. Don't fuck with a good formula. So yeah, I like it.
Black Lagoon.
Yeah, Black Lagoon, I'd say it's like B tier. It's very slowly as more chapters are released, like a couple a year. It's like moving along at absolutely glacial pace. I I, I remember like watching the show when I was like 12 or something or whatever, and it's cool to see like the same characters like go on new adventures like so many years later. Nonetheless, I do wish that the author would actually like finish up the series. I know like he has like other stuff going on in his life. He's like egregiously depressed or something like that. But you know, I'm excited to see kind of like how this last story, what I assume is the last story, kind of wraps up. So Black Lagoon, we'll see what happens.
See what happens. All of the other reindeer. That was
Yeah,
one. I think that one also needed to be on last year's.
yeah,
Right?
no, but I did it after the last year's tier list.
Oh, okay. I see.
All the other reindeer, you know, it's a goofy Christmas movie, but you know, it's not just like you can watch it in an hour, and it just reminds me of like like the made for TV movies, which is exactly what it is as a kid, and I don't know, like it just because it just fills me with the Christmas spirit. That's all I'd say
It's
about it. You
true.
know,
You know, that's true.
I feel
I did. I
spirited.
will say, if all was, I did get filled with the Christmas spirit. Shit, I was.
So yeah, you know, I'd say it's A tier. I liked it.
Clutch time.
Lunchtime. It's okay. I liked it. It's just like it didn't really feel like I played a playthrough or two, but I didn't feel compelled to play more. It's like a deck builder with kind of like a basketball theme, and yeah, like it just didn't really quite give me the feeling I was looking. It's like it was fun, but like not like fun enough that I want to do more of it. Yeah, it's just fine. It's a fine game. I don't regret buying it, but I was like, yeah, it's not like Slay the Spire where it's like I got to play another run or Blood Run. I got to play another run. It's just like, yeah, you know, I played a couple. That's fine. Moving on. You know,
Clavities? Queevities?
Cleavities, yeah, it's a solid C tier. Like it's kind of like a sort of like darkish like fantasy weeb shit anime. And you know, thankfully not. I never watched like those fucking like isekai bullshits, but I was like, you know, it's not one of those. That said, a lot of people really liked it. I was quite underwhelmed. I like about it a lot of the class and they're like monologuing villain bullshit. You know, it's a lot of it felt like kind of like torture porn for like the main character. It was okay, but
Wait, so it wasn't isekai or it
it's not.
wasn't?
It's not.
It's not.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of it just seemed like the author was like getting a hard on from like torturing the main character. I was like, yeah, that's kind of off putting. It was okay, but I probably won't watch it going forward.
Let's see. Um. to
Terry Pratchett.
Terry Pratt. Yeah, I mean, I think this is. I mean, I love anything Terry Pratchett writes. I think I haven't really finished this one yet, but pretty much all the other City Watch books in the Discworld series have been pretty good. This one's about. I just like the way he writes things, like his style of humor and the way he phrases things is always like funny and just enjoyable to listen to. So, yeah, Discworld. It's kind of like just like it's like if you just like silly like if you play like D&D and like really like silly fantasy settings, you'll really love Discworld. I think Discworld's great. I just been like listening to a lot of music lately, so I haven't listened to as many audiobooks, but hope they'll finish up this year. This one.
Uh,
Like I think I drank too much. Anyway, moving on.
Dispatch.
Dispatch. I think Dispatch was. I think it's A tier. I think it does deserve some of the hype. I think the characters are. I think the humor is. For the most part, it's pretty good. There's a couple things that fall flat, but like for the most part, I think it is pretty funny. I think I think individually, like character writing is done well. I like how it integrates with the Dispatch gameplay. Even though the gameplay is like relatively simple, I think that I wish it had a little bit more consequence. Like the actual dispatching doesn't really have a whole lot of consequence in the story. I wish it had more. Of course, like it has like a lot of voice actors from like the classics. I was a big fan of Laura Bailey. I think she does a great job as Invisibitch, and has of course Aaron Paul, aka Jesse Pinkman, as the main dude, Bob Boberson or whatever his name is. And yeah, I really like the simulating my real life, where like you end up with nobody. But I think that's fine because like I feel like all the workplace romances either have someone that's your subordinate or someone your work superior. Like that's kind of inappropriate. So I was fine ending up single in this game. But yeah, like I said, the character.
Is this the one where Wacky was like, "How did you end up single?"
Yeah.
okay.
And but even though I like both characters, like I just like, this feels kind of weird. I'm not into it. So, but I think individually, like all the characters are like pretty funny, pretty likable. I think they did a great job of creating like a varied cast. I love the. I think the ending hit very. I was kind of concerned how they're going to wrap it up in the last couple episodes. I think the ending hit pretty well and wrap things up. There were some like some contrived choices where it's like either it's a classic Telltale, like you do something and nothing like fucking matters at all. Yeah, I moved it, I think. Or shit, where the fuck did it go? Lost it. There it is. Yeah, and there's also like a couple of really contrived moments where it's like it forces you to make a choice that it's like it doesn't make any sense why I even had to make this choice in the first place from like a just, logical perspective. But yeah, I think overall, I think the writing, the humor, the solid like dispatch mini game and the really good ending and great voice acting still make it A tier in spite of a couple like issues I have with kind of the structure of the story.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I like Nightmare Before Christmas. It's like I said, I love stop motion in general. It's I don't think the plot's like particularly exceptional, but I just think like there's so many like little details like how it's animated in each individual scene. I think I still really like it, and yeah, the songs are catchy. So what more could you ask from a musical?
You know what? Spirit Island. I've been putting this one off. Top left.
Yeah,
Spirit
I mean,
Island.
like I said, I said I like Spirit Island last year, but this is more about the spirits in the expansion pack, and I really like the ones in the expansion pack. They're all like relatively simple ones, but they just feel like a little bit better, smarter design, which are just like more satisfying to play than a lot of the base ones. Even though they are
Well, I mean
mostly fairly similar.
the not good. There's like two black guys,
and like one of them is dog shit, you know. And
I don't know.
Oh, you mean the fear ones? Okay, I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking about?
Well,
they're literally black.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean,
Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. But yeah, Horizons. I think the spirits in that are like you can definitely tell they like learned their lessons from like the base game spirits, and they're pretty well designed for the most part. So yeah, I think Horizons, from based on the ones I played so far, I really like how they designed it.
What the fuck is next to Spy X Family to the left?
Oh, this is Mechanical Marie. So the premise is like there's this guy who's like he hates people. He's like a rich like business owner, and so like he doesn't trust people out because they all try to like murder him for his inheritance, and so he only has like AI robots as his servants. However, like he meets there's this one woman that she's like super like stoic, so she pretends to be a robot, and they fall in love. It's like I like the premise. I think it has potential. It's like very clearly written. The way it was written is like it's basically meant to be just kind of like a one-off, like one-shot manga, but then they ended up like expanding because it's more popular. So it just feels like it's very like jankily written because of that. Maybe it gets better, but
Oh, see, I
I was
can tell you
underwhelmed.
just like from the premise that you described. I was like, this is a genre for people that stack no paper and get no bitches. Remember that if you recall?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
This, I feel like it's not quite that, but
No. Trust me, it's the target audience. The target audience is adjacent to that. It's not quite that, but it is like it's like for people that are like, oh no, I'm not like those guys, but I still want to like indulge.
I mean,
You
this
know?
it's actually more meant for like kind of the shoujo, like young, like teenage girl, like demographic.
Okay, well, my point was,
It's for
I'll be
like
honest, and I when I say those that get no bitches, I include women as well.
yeah,
It's like it's like I need to hug a woman. You think because you're a lesbian that's any less pathetic? Like that type of thing. Like
yeah. It's like I see what you mean, but like yeah, it's it wasn't it was a bit of a nothing mover. I watched a couple episodes, like yeah, this isn't that good. Moving on. Do one more. I'm gonna take a piss. Then I'll be back after I piss.
let's do the other Bocchi the Rock.
Oh yeah, I'd say it's also like a solid B tier. Like at first I didn't really like this one. I thought it was like they did the only joke is like the same thing where it's like this person's a fucking alcoholic. How original. But the recent chapters have been a lot better, a lot funnier, and you see a little bit more of the side characters, mostly the older characters like the manager and her pals. Unfortunately, like it's not very consistently translated into English, so it's hard to read it. So I'm not super up to date. But so far, I've liked what I've saw so far. I enjoyed it. Anyway, about to piss. Any other thoughts before I go? All right, be right back.
thing is real, wasting my time in the waiting line. Do you believe in what you see? And I know. Bow, 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 bow.
Right. I'm back.
All right.
Piscinating.
Top right underneath Galatro. The
Oh,
but
this
you can do
one.
both of them, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is A tier. It's like I said, Apocalypse Hotel kind of reminded me of this one. They kind of like remind me of each other. It's like another. It's kind of So the premise is there is this one young woman who's It's like kind of after the apocalypse, and it's not really specify like what happened, but it's like after the apocalypse, humanity is kind of like there's just feel like vestiges left, but there's not a whole lot, and the world's kind of like kind of new dominant species, like kind of little fairy dudes, and yeah, there's kind of like this quiet resignation of like it's kind of quirky, kind of like brightly colored and lighthearted, but at the same time there's kind of like this weird darkness in the background of humanity's like kind of fucking boneronied, and for the main character, like she's pretty funny. She has very kind of like a very dry, sarcastic commentary on what goes on around her. Um, yeah, just like something about the mood about it is really what sells it for me. Just the fact there's so much. It feels like very like dry and like empty, but also like bright colored and quirky. I would just really like that contrast. I like how like fucked up it is. Like it's like basically the world's like GG, but there's also like this kind of new species coming in. I think it has like one of the best ending songs I've heard in any like weeb show. It's I didn't even like it that much at first, but like as I listened to it more, it made me just, like as if it's very like sad but like comforting feeling to it. I remember like walking around kind of a museum that had like a bunch of like dinosaur bones and hearing it on my head earbuds, and I don't know, just something about it that just felt very different to me. Like felt like yeah, it made me feel like okay, like maybe humanity will go extinct. It's like maybe we will go extinct, but there will be other life in other places to take our place. We had our time, and now it's over. That's kind of how I feel about the show. Like made me think about that.
I see.
So yeah, it's a good show. It's also like it's not always that depressing. Maybe it made me overthink things, but yeah.
Yeah. Do same location. So go right below Galatro.
Oh, below Palatra, this one.
Yeah.
Visors?
No. What the fuck is the one to the left of it?
This
Can't
one.
tell.
Oh, this is Grand Blue.
No, not Grand Blue, dude. You keep. What the fuck is in white? It's white. That yeah.
Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah. Oh, Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah. I was watching this movie with my dad this year. It's a classic Burt Reynolds movie. Burt Reynolds, Sally Field, who were dating at the time. It's just like a really funny like movie about some dude transporting beer and running from the cops in Trans Am. It's like one of those like classic like old boomer guy movies, And it's funny. It's got cool stunt scenes and cars. Honestly, I think you would actually like this one a lot. It's like a comedy with like car stunts, and
Okay.
it's also relatively short because you have ADHD, so it's only like 80-minute movie or something. And Burt Reynolds and I think the sheriff is the funniest in the movie, but yeah, I think Smokey and the it's also really fascinating because like filmed on a super low budget. So I mean, I'm sure most of the budget was hiring Burt Reynolds. And after that, it's like whatever.
Okay. Speaking
great
of
movie.
funny movies, Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. Yeah, I like Naked Gun 2025. I think it's pretty funny. It's like it's a very good throwback to like kind of that style of like old like 90s ish comedies. Like nice like tight like 80, 90 minutes. It definitely felt like Airplane, the old Naked Guns, all that kind of stuff. It was a very like faithful adaptation, but like with kind of like a slightly modern coat of paint. So yeah, I thought it was pretty funny and didn't overstay its welcome. It was a nice, like kind of quick 85 minutes, something like that. And, from what I heard, like it was like intentionally like written to be like about like a like 80, 90-minute movie to like more closely like emulate those old school like Naked Guns, airplanes, that kind of comedy. Yeah, I thought it was good.
See. Um,
I've been skipping it. Balatro.
Latro, you know, I grinded this game a bunch. It's like one of the best roguelites. It is get a little bit funneled into like doing the same strategy of like mostly like pair and high card, but so you lose a little bit of the variety of some of the higher difficulties. Nonetheless, I think it is like a overall mostly well designed game. It's fun, moves quickly. You know, you can get a run done pretty fast. Good variety of jokers. Honestly, aside from like like I said, like there's some balance problems, but it is there's still like some variety of like you need some like unique decks going. Yeah, I mean Blocker, like one of the best roguelites. I think it's uh the music and sound design. It's a little punch on the kind of the menus and UI as well as kind of like the the pixel art. I think it's just so the presentation is just so well done. It just adds an extra layer to it. The Blotto, I think it deserves the hype. I think it's an S tier.
see.
All right. Volcano Princess.
Volcano Princess, yeah, I thought this game was pretty good. I was just disappointed. There's like not as many. It's like basically Princess Maker, like you raise a kid. One thing I thought was like kind of weird. It's like you kind of like plays the kid, but you're like not the kid. But it's like you kind of are them, but you kind of aren't. I thought like just like the swapping of perspectives just felt kind of weird to me. It definitely is lacking some polish in some areas. Like some activities aren't balanced. Some there's only like some areas where it's like they repeat the same voice line too many times. It just feels like kind of jank. Overall, though, it is a solid like kind of Princess Maker type of game. I think the mini games are mostly like kind of fun. They're like not that bad. I think the art style's okay. I think there's a pretty wide variety of endings actually, based on how you do your run. And some of the translation stuff are kind of lacking. It's really lacking a fresh coat of paint, which is why I don't put it A tier. Overall, though, I thought it was. I enjoyed playing through it. I enjoyed it. Definitely has kind of like the civilization. I'll just do like one more day, one more turn type of thing, and ends up taking a lot more time. But yeah, I think it's pretty good execution of the concept. One thing I was just pointed, there's not like more like age appropriate romance options for your kid anyway. It's like I don't know, it's a little bit sus. But aside from that, fun game.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
watched you play through it. Very familiar with that one. Dune.
Dune Imperium. This is more like specific. I reviewed like the game itself last year. I think the the virtual version is fun. I'm mostly just reading the challenges. I played some of the challenge decks. It's pretty faithful to the real life experience of Dune Imperium, the board game. And I think the challenges add a lot to it, adding a lot of just fun like little variations of it so it doesn't get boring. So yeah, I think it's a B tier. Maybe a little bit overpriced. Like if it was a little bit cheaper, I'd get other people to buy it and play the online version, but it's just a little bit too much of a money investment.
Okay. Do Grand Boil.
Yeah, I was like kind of underwhelmed with it at first, but then I started like getting really drunk while watching it. And that elevated it.
You're like, dude, I'm feeling like I'm part of the gang.
Yeah, it's like I think it's just a show you have to like drink a bunch to appreciate. Otherwise, it's just like a bunch of drunk dickheads being dickheads. But yeah,
I've shown you that. I've shown you that post before. That's like, love getting drunk while watching Always Sunny. It makes me feel like I'm part of the
yeah,
gang.
exactly. It's like one of those you just got to do some method acting to appreciate. I think. That said, I'm still putting it C tier because like if you have to like destroy your body to enjoy it, then it's not can't be that good.
Crazy. Uh, How's
who is that? I've been like, who the fuck? Why is there a world WWE
That's not
UFC?
no. That's like the UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira. Honestly, there've been some amazing fights this year, but I just like don't like the direction UFC's going with how Dana White runs things. With like its weird like alignment with alt right. It's just takes a lot from the sport. That said, at the end of the day, MMA is a sport that has a lot of. At the end of the day, two dudes fighting always has potential for like drama. Always has potential for like exciting action. Even though there've been some duds, I think overall the UFC has delivered a good product in terms of like there've been some great fights this year. I think great stories like Alex Pereira's kind of come back after like an underwhelming performance. Justin's always had good fights. Piotr Jan has had some great fights. Islam, wait a second, destroying Jack Della, whatever the fuck his name is.
Della the Dova?
Yeah, I mean, there's been some great good content this year. It's just like there's how the one Vaughn versus whatever the fuck his name is was an insane fight.
King Von was there. What the fuck?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can tell I'm also drunk because I'm like
I'm like more than usual.
yeah.
Same
You actually seem
bullshit.
more focused when you're drunk. But yeah, I mean, the fights were good. There were some good fights, but it's just like I don't like how they've like kind of aligned themselves with the alt right. Like they're literally having a fucking card at the White House. Like what the fuck is that?
Stew like a dragon. Top left.
Yeah, unfortunately, like the side content in this game is great. It's just like the main story I'm just not invested in compared to Yakuza 7. I mean, the Dunko Island is fun. Sujimon, it's not very balanced. I wish if it was better balanced, it'd be great, but it's just okay. There's like a lot of mini games coming back that are fun. There's just like so much good side content. It's just like the main story is not as strong as it was in Yakuza 7. We'll see. I'm only like halfway through the game now. See what happens.
Right.
What's to the right of Catan and before Lazarus?
This is Momentary Lily. Remember when we were watching that? Like this.
Oh yeah.
This show
yeah.
sucks ass, and I was like, "Dude, shut up, man! We're trying to watch the show." And then, like one or two episodes later, we're like, "Dude, Mike Bash was right. This show is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life." I'm not even gonna expand on it because I'm just gonna say, don't watch this. Never watch this. Never watch this. Don't watch it. Just turn away now. It's bad. It's horrific. It's one of the shows is like, this seems kind of interesting. This could be something. It's like, no, it's nothing. It's worse than nothing. It's hell. It's suffering. This is a show that actively makes me suffer. But yeah. Momentary Lily, that's in Ruin My Life tier.
The Lazarus. I've been using Lazarus as like a reference point, so I haven't wanted to do it, but
Yeah, honestly, Lazarus might be F tier. It's one of the most. It's like supposed to be like kind of like not Cowboy Bebop, but like basically Cowboy Bebop for like the new generation. But just boring. Like the characters aren't interesting at all. Music is pretty good still, but even then, it's just like not written in an interesting way. It's just the main character. It feels like it's even trying to say something about like the environment. It just fails. It just comes off as pretentious. It's like the villains of the week aren't interesting. It's just one of the most forgettable shows of all time. I can't even critique it because it's like I don't remember what happened. It's just not. You'd think like it would be a something burger. Like it'd at least be interestingly bad. It's just boring. It's like one of the most boring shows I've seen for like a show. As far as like shows that have like honestly like relatively good fight scenes, it's just like boring. It's just it's yeah. I don't know, man. Lazarus. I thought like at the very least this would be like an average show, but it's like no, it wasn't. It's like actually one of the worst shows I've watched this year. Yeah, huge disappointment.
All right. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah, I didn't like this as much as the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't think honestly, there's a couple like pretty emotional moments towards the end. Like I really like how James Gunn and like the movies he works on. But this is not Guardians of the that's the wrong James Gunn movie. One sec. There it is.
I was really confused when you grabbed it up.
Yeah, I mean Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like it, it's more the same. Like obviously, like great selections on the picking hits out of the 70s and 80s. James Gunn does a good job of like tying a lot of the themes of like earlier on that might not be seem super obvious into the finale. I mean, James Gunn, he knows how to write a good like slightly morally ambiguous like superhero movie, and I think he did a great job on this one, just like he's done with all the other ones. Good follow up to Guardians one. It's funny. There's good humor. Like I said, good music selections. It's got the Marvel budget. I think I just didn't find it quite as engaging as Guardians 1, but it is a good Guardians movie. I find what the one of the conversations between Rocket and Yondu about how they have trouble like opening up to other people to be very it made me think, made me think a little bit,
Let's start thinking.
I was thinking on the plane. What is movie on a
Horse.
plane?
Horse. To the left of the Matrix, right? That's the horse. Right to the right of
Oh, the
Pantheon's
horse,
talking. That's
yeah.
horse, right?
Yeah, I do like the horse one. I haven't finished watching like episode 8 so far. So far, what I've seen is like, I really like that it actually is a little bit unpredictable, like who's gonna win. You don't necessarily know like who's. It's like what I like is they base all the results on real life results, like all the like each character like represents a real life horse, but like which one but like that horse they represent, like most of the events that happen in the show are like kind of related to the results of like who won in real life. So it's like you actually don't really know who won, like who's going to win. I mean, you kind of do because like of the way it's framed, but it is kind of it is a little bit less obvious than other shows because of that. And yeah, I don't know. This one, a friend of RU's friend recommended this to me. He says like one of his favorites. I was like, I'll give it a shot. And so far, I'm liking it. But I want to see how like the season ends before I rate it. So we'll revisit this one next year. But yeah, like for some like gotcha game, I it actually has like surprisingly more depth to it than I thought.
It's to the is what's between Matrix and Spy?
Matrix.
Between Matrix and Spy. So to the right of Matrix, but to the left of Spy.
Yeah, like in the fall, there wasn't really any like good anime airing. It was like where the fuck did it go? I can't find it.
You put it in best in class.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, it's like okay.
I was like, dude, you're really nonchalant for this being best in class.
Yeah, no, it's like it's okay. It's about like there's this one like girl that's depressed, and then like a bunch of like monsters want to eat her, and it's called "This Monster Wants to Eat Me." So it's all in the title, but then it's actually a lie, and it's like Yuri shit. But nothing wrong with lesbians. I'm not against that or anything. It's just like weird like age gap stuff, when someone's like 300 years old and one person's like 15, it's like I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I'd say the first 6 or 7 episodes are like a lot stronger than the last half. I'd say like mostly the middle is like kind of weak, and like by the end it doesn't really get like weirdly romantic, but like from what I've heard, like it's like and like into the like romantic stuff, like you could like interpret it as like mostly platonic up to this point, like where the anime ends, but from what I've heard, like it gets like kind of romantic, and it's like it's kind of weird because like these like monsters like way older than like this fucking it's like high school girl. So it's like that gets kind of weird. It's like Twilight for like dudes to like Yuri anime, you know?
Yeah.
As like if you're like critiquing Twilight, but like you like shows like this, you're a fucking hypocrite.
Okay, you know what? Let's do Twilight.
Yeah, Twilight, same thing. It's like not good. I think Twilight sucks, obviously, but it's like it was kind of fascinating.
Wait. You actually wait. So without the age gap thing, you didn't like Twilight?
No, like it wasn't entertaining. It's like the relations between like the main characters like weird and just didn't feel like it had chemistry to it. And it was like obviously like
I liked Twilight.
and obviously like the fucking I don't know, just like obviously like yes, with the age gap thing, it's like that also is like pretty weird. And that said, it was like funny to watch. Like the part where they're like, "No, Edward, you can't do this. You can't kill him and make you bad." And they fucking like lynch him and burn him at the stake. That was pretty funny.
That was.
That's all I really remember from it. Like it wasn't good.
What about the form? Do you remember the form?
No, not really.
Her baseball pitching form.
Oh, the baseball scene was funny too. Like I don't think Twilight's good, but like I don't think it's like worse than other like weeb slop. It's like I feel like when I was a kid, like a teenager, like kind of like the weeb dudes would be like, "Oh, anime is so much more sophisticated than this," and it's like no, it's actually the same thing. Like it actually is just the same thing.
I actually like never heard that, but I believe you.
Maybe it's a millennial thing. Anyway, but yeah. All I'm saying is like if you're into like weeb slop, Twilight's like the same thing. It's like not worse than like weeb slop,
Smiling Friends.
Yeah, I like the seasons. A lot of people are like, "Oh, this one, Twilight Prince fell off." It's like I still think it's not like it's not necessarily like moment to moment like the funniest show, but it's just like the atmosphere is it just has like this like unnerving atmosphere. Like every moment, like you don't really know what's gonna happen. It's like random, but like not too random. It just feels like it's like haha random is the joke. It's like unexpected, but not like over. There's like some logic to it. But yeah, Silent Grins, I enjoyed it. Just like little quick, you know, chill cartoon. But yeah, I think there's definitely some miss episodes this season. There's definitely some hits, and pluses and some minuses. But overall, I enjoyed it.
See. I due to the Survivor, do Survivor.
Oh yeah, I played like this Survivor like board game with some like Andy's friends. Honestly, I'm just gonna put B tier because I'm not sure. I was so drunk. Like, there's a couple people that are like they're trying to like scheme and make plans. And it's like I'd be like, yeah, dude, all right, I got it. I understand. Plan, plan's the plan. It's like I was too drunk to understand what I was saying. It's like I have no idea what the plan is immediately after they stop talking. That was kind of funny.
That's good. Panty and Stocking. Season 2 or is this the
This is
original?
I was kind of like I finished watching season 1, and I watched a little bit of season 2, but like I don't know, it's just not the same without the so like
Original voice
yeah,
actors?
without the like original like dub voice actors. Like the new dub is just not as good, and like watching the subtitle just isn't as good. It's just yeah, it's like I really appreciate like the show for what it is like a weird interpretation of like what American cartoons are. It's like a mixture of like American like adult cartoons, like with kind of like the crudeness, as well as like kind of like art style, like more like the like Cartoon Network like kids cartoons, like then refiltered through like the fight scenes of like Japanese animation. But I like what it is, and I think the dub voice actors really added a lot to it. But yeah, like I said, like without the original dub cast, it's just not the same. I gotta piss. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back.
Come back.
Yeah, I don't know. I think one thing like shows like that made me realize like comedy shows don't always have to make you laugh. Like sometimes you just like, you know, I could say this like about like Smiling Friends or like sometimes like Terry Pratchett's work or you know some of these other shows like you know Panty and Stocking. Um, like sometimes it's just like the jokes like kind of add up. Or like you know City to Animation is a good example. So it's just like the little jokes add up. It's like they might not be like laugh out loud individually, but they like it builds like a mood to like it's in like a different mindset. So yeah. All right, 9 left.
All right. So do the
I'm just
other
gonna
one
do
that
League
you
of
want.
Legends. It's okay.
Sure, do League. Okay. Sure. Do the one second to last.
The Suicide Squad. I really like this movie. It's one of the. It's also a James Gunn movie. I'd say it's one of the funniest superhero movies. There's so many like, you know, you got a good cast of. Also, this is the Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad is not a good movie. The Suicide Squad is a good movie though. And it's got you know
Okay.
John Cena, Idris Elba, you know Margot Robbie. It's got a great cast. You got. I mean, obviously, like I said, it's a superhero movie, and I think as far as like the jokes go, it's like one of the best in terms of that. Also, like honestly, has some surprising emotional moments with even characters like kind of seem like joke characters. Like the rat catcher, her power is like she controls rats, and without spoiling anything, there's like this really good scene at the end where she kind of like flashes back to like her experiences with her father, and yeah, it's surprisingly well executed for like someone who has like a bullshit superpower, and even the main villain is like kind of sympathetic, and even though he's just a giant fucking starfish in some like random island nation. Yeah, I think the Suicide Squad one of my favorite superhero movies I've seen. I'd highly recommend it.
Okay. Okay. Let's do Madden.
Honestly, like the Madden games are not very well designed. They're just fine. It's
Are
like
you mad that Wacky Fire beat you?
no, he only beat me because I didn't know the controls. It's like Madden, like it's just like the same slop every year. Incremental improvements. It's not like a bad game. It's just like it's about what you expect at a brought to you at a way too high price I would never buy if it's not on sale.
I see.
Spy X Family.
Yeah, I think this season of the anime is good. It's a solid adaptation of. It's pretty much again doesn't really add from what I've seen at least the first half so far. Doesn't really add a whole lot that wasn't in the original source material, but it adapts it well. Having like the visuals with the definitely makes it. Adds to the timing, adds to the excitement, and yeah, it's just a faithful adaptation of the source material from what I've seen so far. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. I'm leaving Sakamoto Days for last. It's just go online. Just go online.
Yeah, Catan Cities. I think Catan Cities and Nights is really a really well designed game. I think it adds so much to the original Catan that without like while still like keeping that identity of the original Catan. That I think it's like one of the best design expansions. Is like really takes Catan from like a really good beginner game to like a nice like intermediate game. Really adds a lot more depth. Well, still, like I said, it still maintains the original identity of the feel of Catan without while still like adding a lot more ways to engage with it, to learn to think about things more in depth. Yeah, I think Cities and Nights is one of the very geniusly designed expansion. So I'm gonna give Catan Cities and Nights S tier.
I was gonna say you guys are really playing Catan a lot, but you like this explanation has made me. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not just some bullshit.
Yeah,
You guys were just replaying normal Catan over and over again.
yeah, like Cities and Nights, it adds a lot. It's a good game. It's yeah, yeah, I've talked to like some of my coworkers that, like they play a lot of board games, and yeah, he's like, yeah, Catan, it's a good game by itself, but Cities and Nights really adds a lot of depth and makes it like a really, really good game. So yeah, I think Cities and Nights is really well designed. I'm impressed by it. Brick fucking sucks though, but that's aside from the point.
Okay. I'm gonna show them a real alien.
Yeah, I think Alien is a movie that really deserves the hype. As one, it does a great job building the atmosphere. It kind of weaves kind of like the themes of a lot of I guess I'm trying to like think about like what themes were actually like present in this movie versus like later movies. Because like I know like Ripley was like originally written as a man, but just like happened to be like cast as a woman later down the line. And definitely like a lot of the later themes in the later movies kind of like tie into the theme of like being a woman and like motherhood. So it's kind of hard to say like which parts were intentional and which parts weren't, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I guess even ignoring that, like Alien, it's just a really well shot movie with the sets are convincing, even though it's like made in like 1979. The the betrayal from the android, the kind of like the horror of like everyone slowly being picked off by the alien, and just like really seeing how like this influenced a lot of like the sci-fi like horror throughout the time. I think Alien is like definitely one of the strongest like classic horror movies I watched this year. And I think the funniest scene is where the one dude asks ChatGPT like, "How fucked am I?" And ChatGPT is like, "Yeah, man, you're kind of bone
You're
ruining it."
boned.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like has a couple of those like funny moments, but I think Alien movie that really deserves the hype for what it is. Scream, I also really enjoyed Scream. I might even put it S tier. Scream it was funny. The
I loved Scream. Scream was so much fun to watch.
yeah, especially like the last like third of the movie is like so funny.
The,
Like
the last third is so funny, dude.
it's like a convincing climax of like what do you expect to happen, but it's also just like the jokes are still like it doesn't like compromise it by like being not as funny. Like it's still like even more funny in the last third.
Yeah.
So it's like one of the greatest like kind of horror like even it does even like have some like honestly like, still like good horror elements of where you're like the first scene where like the one like you know kid's like begging being fucking horrifically murdered just because I just because like a couple psychopaths thought it'd be funny, I guess, more or less.
Yeah.
It's yeah, just like imagine like a family coming home and like witnessing that because she didn't know the answer to Friday the 13th question. But to be fair, I didn't know the answer to that question. We watched the movie.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Scream's a good movie. It's really funny, and from what we actually heard, the sequels were actually like surprisingly good. Right, Matrix, I guess, it's B tier. Honestly, it's like I respect like where it came from and like why it's by as an action movie. It's the action like holds up in a way. It's like yeah, like maybe the effects are a little bit dated by today's standards, but like it's like really impressive like how they managed like it definitely makes sense like why this like blew people's minds when they first saw it. I also think the yeah, I really like how they portray like Neo in the Matrix. It's like also like being in a dream, like a kind of a lucid dream, like how he uses his influence as like the dude. That said, like I don't know if the story like holds up quite as well by modern standards, especially like the romance between him, Neo and Trinity. And like I love Keanu Reeves, but like he's definitely like kind of a bit of a nothing burger in terms of personality. Nonetheless, like it is still like it's a fun action movie, and it's cool to see like how again it's another like older like influential movie. And so interesting to see how this influenced kind of later like kind of sci-fi like simulation type movies. But there's some aspects of it that don't hold up quite as well. But I still liked watching it. Just B tier. It's a Sakamoto day. Kiyoya Sakamoto.
Is that not best in class? I thought that would be.
Well,
I thought that was
I guess
leading
it's
in.
best in class. That remains to be seen because we haven't been to the Olympics yet. It's time to prove he's really the best in class.
I see.
But Kiyoya Sakamoto. Let me tell you why Kiyoya Sakamoto is the greatest. First of all,
Number one, she's not Russian. Number two, I hate Russia. Number three, she got robbed by Russia.
no, well, actually, yes. Yes. However, there's other reasons to go beyond Russia.
Good. Glad we heard them. All right. That's a wrap.
Right. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about her skating skills. Her skating skills, phenomenal. Really are among the best in class. She's really there's a fluidness to her movements, her choreography. She blends her musicality.
It's a Sakamoto day.
It's a Sakamoto day. How she blends each element. It doesn't feel like she's doing some choreography and then does some technical elements. It really like all flows into the next element.
It flows like a ballet.
She's also like one of the most varied skaters. She's skated so many different kinds of genres for the last years. From jazz to pop music to to like more like Latin style music to slower pace like ballads to more fat. She's done everything. She can do it all. Even the aspect she says she's bad at. She's still one of the best in the world at. She's a very respectful competitor. She respects the people she competes against.
Is she quad god?
No, she's not a quad god. She doesn't do any quads.
Well,
but most women don't do
curious.
quads. Only a couple women, mostly Russian women, and maybe a couple Japanese women do quads. But they're just tech merchants. They're tech merchants. It's illegitimate.
So quad god is a fraud.
No, he's American. Well, okay, actually, he's Russian. But I mean, well, he represents America though. Also, it's like different in men. It's like normal for men to do quads. It's just like only a few women who do quads. Quad god is different though. The quad god that's a different story. It's like pretty much all the like top level men, aside from maybe a few, like Jason Brown, can do quads. The quad god is different though. He can do every quad jump. And he can do more quads than anyone else at once. He can do it more consistently than everybody else. But enough about the quad god. Let's talk about Kiyoya Sakamoto. Look, Kiyoya Sakamoto, like I said, she's one of the most respectful competitors. But I get the sense like it's not that she doesn't hold herself to high standard. She does hold herself to high standard. It's just she also respects when other people if someone wins, they won. That's what it is. She's gonna be happy for them, especially if it's her own teammates. She's also like a great example for like what you can do when you really develop your artistry over a long period of time. It used to be old before they changed the age restrictions. People retire very young before they really develop that artistry. And she's really showing what you can do, how this benefits everyone, not just like for people's health, but also like what you can do when you really develop your skill set over over decades and really develop into like a real artist. And that's something you really can't teach someone who's like 15, 16. And so yeah, I mean, she's among the best in that. She's very consistent. She also has a very unique face. Like her skull is not to get too much into phrenology.
Cranial measurements. What's some of your cranial measurements? I must study you for science.
she has a very like round head and a very like pointy nose. Nonetheless, people people respect it. People don't say like, oh well, some fucking horrific fucking people have said disrespectful things about her. But I think she's beautiful in her own way, and really like is representing the sport, a great representative for the sport. Not just in terms like how she conducts herself, but in how obviously in her performances is among the top tier. And I really hope she wins a gold medal. She's really really deserves it after all she's accomplished and all she's done over the last 4 years of competition. Ever since she was robbed by the fraudulent Russians in Beijing.
Directions.
Yeah, I think out of all the skiers, obviously I'm a big fan of Cheon. Love Alyssa Liu, love Amber Glenn, but Kaori Sakamoto, in spite of being not from like a country I necessarily support the most, I think she's really shown that she's
What
one
do
of
you
the
mean?
best
You've been ever since she like did that, you've become like a Korean nationalist.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. Like ever since like you started watching.
Kaori Sakamoto is Japanese. You realize that, right?
Oh no, I don't. I'll be honest. You made it sound like you were a Korean supporter.
Well, I'm a Korean supporter. I'm just also a supporter of Kaori Sakamoto.
Jesus.
Kaori Sakamoto is she's one of the greatest of her generation. And
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So you support the Korean team, but Kaori Sakamoto is Japanese.
Yeah, she just happens to be Japanese.
Okay.
I don't care.
I
Look,
see.
you might think I'm biased against the failing Russian Federation, the fraudulent, corrupt Federation of Russia, but I'm actually not against. I'm not against any federation in particular. I just think a great skater is a great skater, and Kaori Sakamoto is a great skater, and a lot of the Russians aren't great skaters.
And Quad God should kill himself, is what you
The
said.
Quad God is one of my favorite men's skaters, so no.
Why would anyone say that?
I didn't say that.
I can't believe he said that, Rex Rafter. That's just crazy.
The Quad God is great. I'm excited to see the Quad God in person.
I would like to make a request.
Yeah.
You watch the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Can we put the Super Bowl here?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Well, it's already included as part of the NFL as a whole.
Wait, where is it?
This represents the NFL.
What is that?
It's Brian Schottenheimer, coach of the Cowboys. And it's like if I'm taking into account the Eagles on Super Bowl, I might even have to move the NFL down to C tier.
Why is Elden Ring there? You didn't even play the
Oh,
game.
this is the manga.
Oh.
Yeah, come on, man. It's the manga, of
Yeah,
course.
honestly, I don't care. I don't care if she wins or not. Kaori Sakamoto is the greatest. Kaori Sakamoto. Look, I'm not like a stan or anything. I don't want to sound like I'm
Clearly
biased
a
towards
stan.
Sakamoto.
He's a
Kaori
stan.
Sakamoto.
He's a performative male.
Look, just because I stayed up till like midnight, till like 3 a.m. in the morning repeatedly to watch
Multiple
Kaori Sakamoto
times.
perform, yeah, like that doesn't mean like I'm a stan. That just means I appreciate art. And Kaori Sakamoto is like an artist of the highest class when it comes to the discipline of skating. And she's a beautiful soul as well. I wish her
Just
the
say
best.
so. Okay.
Holy simp.
Shut the
Holy
fuck.
simp.
That's not a sim.
What?
That's like I think I like what she represents as a competitor. She's like it's not about like the
I
last.
hate you. I
back-
fucking hate you.
Back when the pathetic fucking Russian Federation was in charge of everything. Look, it was a very toxic era, but like now that like they're gone, excelled as they rightfully should be, the real like artists like Kaori Sakamoto can be a good example to the next generation.
Of course.
So yeah, Kaori Sakamoto, best in class. As far as weep shows, I gotta say, Apocalypse Hotel moved that up. I think Baldur's Gate, I think best in class as far as like games. I think Baldur's Gate lives up to the hype. Actually, no, I gotta say Balatro. I like Balatro better. Balatro was, it was addictive until I finished it. Actually, I don't know.
I like how he pretended that he wasn't gonna put like Kaori Sakamoto best in class, but But I was like, dude, why is it not there? And then yeah, I moved it up.
You think he's tricky like that?
I think honestly, I actually think Scream might actually be my favorite movie I watched this year. I put that in best in class. So yeah, you know, my favorite movie I watched this year is Scream. My favorite athlete, Kaori Sakamoto. My favorite game, Balatro. And my favorite TV show, Apocalypse Hotel. Anything else I forgot?
Robert Parrish.
The fuck does Robert Parrish have to do with this?
I don't know. I just wanted. I like the name was in my head, so I just kind of said it.
Okay, well, let's see. I think this with you in the ring. Honestly, this one might be. It's borderline S tier.
What even is the?
It's about an author and a tanuki. I'll show you later.
What?
Look, so there's like this woman. She's like, she might be a bit on the spectrum. She's like chill, and she meets a tanuki, and they have fun together and live life. It's just a good show. It's one of the best shows I've seen recently. ShellShockers, I played with Echo the Elf, so it's like top tier. Catan Cities and I, it's a great expansion to a great game. Baldur's Gate obviously lives up to the hype, as I said. Really like massive amounts of content, high quality content, great characters. Love Baldur's Gate.
Okay, bro.
Alien,
Call me Baldur the way I'm gay.
Alien, just absolute classic of sci-fi horror. I think the rest. Let's see what else is top. Yeah, I mean this is A tier. I think this is all A tier. I think this is A tier. I think Peak might be B tier. I'm gonna move that down. I think Stars. I gotta move that down a little bit just because how they performed against the Oilers.
Well, this guy's not loyal.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Yeah, I think this is all good. Yeah, this is all right. I like all this.
This guy just said this is alt right. What the hell?
This is all right. I think.
He keeps saying it.
All right. Shut up, Cracker.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think this all is right. Yeah, this feels right.
Arcane bat chest. Yeah, where's
Bat
CFB, man?
Bat chest.
It's an
Bat
18.
chest.
No, I mean I'm at our
Bat
CFB.
chest.
We didn't really play it that much this year, so I didn't count it.
Bro, then what year did we play it?
We mostly played it last year. It's included in last year's.
I see.
I think. Maybe. I don't know. We could revise it later. I'll put it on next year's if we
Keep
missed
going.
it. Yeah, I think this is all right. All feels good.
Who is this guy? Who's the guy in F?
It's a racist game developer. I didn't realize he was racist. I thought he was like actually woke, but he turned out to be very racist. Yeah, this
Oh
is
my
all right.
god, Slay the Princess.
Yeah, it's just like undecided. Like I really just don't know until like I finish playing it.
What ruined your life? What is Witch Watch in the other thing?
The main character is named Nico.
Okay, what's the other thing?
This is a moment. I don't even want to talk about Momentary Lily, man. Just don't watch it. Just take my word for that one. It's one of the most offensive things I've ever seen. It's an assault on all senses.
Oh my god, isn't Lazarus the Cowboy Bebop guy?
Yeah, it's like Cowboy Bebop, but like bad.
That's sad.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Any final thoughts or questions about any of the placements?
Where do you put TF2?
I didn't count that because I played it before.
Is it only new stuff?
It's only
Or
new
what?
stuff, or if it's like something I've like substantially played, like where I have a different experience. Where it's like I counted Infinite Wealth, even though I didn't play it this year, just because I played through a lot more of the story. It's
Call me infinite the way I'm wealth.
Yeah, what do you think? Any disagreements, thoughts, concerns?
There's agreement. It is like your opinion.
That's my opinion.
What is it? Oh, that's Bocchi the Rock? I thought you were like a big stan.
I mean, B tier is good for me. Like B tier is not bad. B tier is good. It's just not like top tier, you know. Like all this stuff, like at it's like whoa. I'm like whoa.
You got the Dispatcher Deluxe.
Oh shit! I just quit. Blow up quick. Whoa! I just threw a temper tantrum. Mine will fit. Whoa! No snitch. I get money. Must admit. Whoa!
Anyway, yeah, I think this is pretty accurate. How do I save this?
Yo, bitch, play with me. So admit. Whoa!
Where's the
Here,
save
pussy,
button?
get a wet. Quick. Whoa!
Where's the fucking save button on this website, man?
Are you okay, sir?
How do I save this?
Si no supiste amar, ahora
already
te puedes
saved.
manchar.
Oh, look at that. Created it.
I'm about to lose Dota ELO, by the way.
Yeah, I think this is
I've
pretty
decided.
accurate. Final thing.
Good job, man.
Thank you for coming to my TED talk.
Okay, I'm gonna go piss it, then I'm playing Dota with or something. I don't know.